whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
That's so weird. I don't know why it didn't automatically put my sound on. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry. Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's your girl, Bondy Blue, and I'm back for another Bondy Blue show. Run it back. So being a content creator is hard, okay? It's a hard job, girl, and it is a job, okay? And the reason why I was saying it's hard, you didn't hear me because my mic was muted. I don't know why. Okay, it should have automatically put my sound up when I came on here like it normally do, but because Lyric made me get on Stitch and play The Sims last night, okay, to nobody watching me, okay, my sound shit was probably fucked up, so y'all can blame Lyric for that because Lyric is really trying to push me to play The Sims on Stitch, and I mean on Twitch, and child. It fucked up my sound. But what I was saying, being a content creator is really hard because I do understand you guys. I know what it feels like to listen to a content creator that you really like have a take that you really do not agree with or don't enjoy, right? And that's why when I don't agree with their take, I don't like comment in the comments so that I can like garner a group of people in their comments to agree with me. I always find that weird. I'm thinking about another situation with another content creator, and I felt like you were trying to like rally people from my comment section to come over to your video, which I also felt like it's so fucking lame. But anyway, listen, I get it, girl. I know, but can y'all do me a favor? And when y'all really don't like my takes, if you can't attack my argument, right? If you can't tell me specifically the thing that you have an issue with what I've said and then give the argument for it, and normally y'all can't, right? Y'all just don't like my take because it doesn't coincide with your own feelings. And that's cool. Do me a favor. Go to your group chat, go to other content creators who agree with you and talk about that amongst yourselves. I don't understand why y'all feel the need to like congregate in my comments talking about me like I'm not the one getting the notifications. It's very odd. Like, and this is something that people have been doing for years. Like, y'all will literally be in somebody's comments talking about them like they can't see you. It's just very rude. It is very rude. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna get more into that later. Oh, because we're gonna pull some comments up. Because listen, I just want to have some type of understanding. Because me recognizing that you want me to say what you want me to say, and then when I ask, well, what do you want me to say? Tell me what you want me to say, so when I come up here, I can use the script that you have written for me, and then I can say what you want me to say, because that's obviously what you want, right? You want me to read a script of something that you thought, not what I thought. You want me to read the script of what you thought. And that way, I won't be embarrassing myself if I go along with how you think about things. Just let me know, girl. Comment. Let me know. What do you want me to say? Since, apparently my opinion, the way it comes out of my head is not good enough for y'all. Y'all want me to think something else, and y'all are, congregating about it. So tell me, what do you want me to say? Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into the show. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget about my secondary channel, Bondy Blue Bites. Okay, y'all get into that. All right, let's start the show. So, because people won't give me a chance to actually get into the show before they start, before they start telling me what they want me to talk about. I do appreciate that y'all, want my opinion so badly. Y'all want me to talk about things. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm going to take that as a blessing and not as people trying to tell me what the fuck to do the way my body feels like it is doing. Okay. That's a me thing. All right. 8 days without power. Now, I talked about this in passing yesterday, right? But yes, right now in Indiana, specifically Gary, Indiana, a very, very poor area of Indiana. Child, most places in America, in rural America, are poor, which is why I don't understand why poor white people vote the way that they do. Because it's like, it's not helping you. It's not helping you. Voting Republican has never helped you. Oh my God. Neighbors. And this is not because, and this is another thing, like where y'all do this thing where it's like, we're looking at specifically one entity and how they're acting. And it's like, well, the Democrats aren't, okay, yeah, we know, but these people right here are the ones that are specifically not helping you. That's who we're talking about. But you want me to talk about the Democrats. Okay, y'all are very childish. I thought when we were growing up, our parents taught us that if I'm talking about what you did, don't tell me what somebody else did, because you and that person are not the same person. What? So if your friend jump off a ledge, you gonna jump too? Remember that? Remember when your parent used to try to like teach you that when they're trying to hold you accountable for your actions, you don't grab and reach for what other people are doing in order to validate what you're doing? Yeah, I feel like we've lost that lesson. I guess parents aren't teaching that anymore, or maybe they weren't teaching that when we were growing up, because it's a lot of y'all grown ass adults on the internet that can't seem to understand that one person cannot fully be accountable for another person's actions. Like, I don't know what be going on. But anyway, neighbors, thousands of people in Gary, Indiana have reportedly been without electricity for more than a week following severe storms, and residents say the situation is getting worse by the day. And this reminds me of how the Republican Party tried really hard and really fucked over any initiatives that Obama was trying to put in order to transfer us over to clean energy, to go more into creating more rail systems. Like, it was a lot of move in the early 2000s to move us towards more progressive forms of energy to keep things like this from happening. Because when storms happen and people lose electricity, that's usually because there's a lot of stresses on the power grid, which is why other forms of energy like solar panels and all of that type of stuff should really be, more of a mass change in how we get electricity. Like, the people in other countries are using like wind and water to power shit. That's why AI generated systems and all of that in other countries aren't fucking over the people's water as much, because they will put it far out into the ocean, and then they will, use some type of like electrical panel, solar power in order to power like the water system to keep filtering the water for the AI centers that they have out in the middle of the water in other countries. I read about that and I thought it was like, why are we always doing it the wrong way? And we do it the wrong way because Republicans don't want us to be progressive. I keep telling y'all that everything goes back to racism, and racism is under the patriarchy umbrella, because essentially not making things better is I don't want poor Black people to have it thing. The reason why nobody would ever give a fuck about the people of New Orleans when we lose power, a lot of Black people. Not giving a fuck about Gary, Indiana. Let me guess, a whole bunch of Black people. Yeah, girl, it's environmental racism. Yeah, girl, I talk about these things all the time on my channel. People don't be, hearing me a lot of times because they be so, on whatever the fuck they be on. But anyway, as of Tuesday, nearly 27,000 NIPSCO, NIPSCO customers in Gary were reportedly still without power. Across the company's entire service area, more than 87,000 customers remain without electricity Wednesday, while more than 282,000 had already had their service restored. For families still waiting, 8 days without power has meant spoiled groceries, hot homes, dark neighborhoods, growing safety concerns. Some residents on social media have also alleged that homes are being broken into. Yeah, this happens every time there's a power outage. And me being from Louisiana, this is something that happens, we're kind of used to this type of shit. That's why a lot of us have generators. That's why a lot of us have like, a fund of money put to the side for when stuff like that happens so that we can leave. Because it will take sometimes up to 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how bad the storm was, in order to get everybody's electricity back on. And sometimes the electricity is also affecting the water pumping systems, right? How you get water into your homes, that shit can get backed up because the electricity will stop working and that'll cause a malfunction. So it's a lot of shit that happens, which would make for more progressive ideas on infrastructure. But y'all care more about gay people and trans people and, kids not being able to wear skirts when they're boys and, all of that shit. Like, y'all care more about that stuff. So this stuff that actually matters will always take a back seat as long as somebody can say, hey, it's a gay kid. Hey, it's a trans person. They're reading books to kids. Be mad about this. Okay? Don't worry about the fact that we're making it harder for you to live as we ruin your environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, let's listen to what the people are saying. And I totally empathize with them. I totally understand what's going on. But as somebody that's from Louisiana, this is not like, oh my God. No, like this is a normal occurrence around my way. And it's always terrible. And that's why I say, if that power gonna be out for more than 3 days, girl, you gotta get the fuck. But poor people can't do that. It's hard for poor people to do that. Yeah. That's why I'm a socialist. That's why I care about those things. Because I've experienced these things.
Day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point because the time keeps changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is.
Oh, where's FEMA? Trump got rid of all of that. When those 300,000 black people, those 300,000 women, not just black women, but mostly black women, those 300,000 women lost their jobs and all of that. Y'all remember that? A lot of those jobs, the Doge, remember when Elon Musk went into the government and they said they were cutting the fat and getting rid of all of this spending that people were doing, and they used a bunch of, nerd boys and AI to do it? Yeah, guess the jobs that those people had. FEMA. Those were government jobs that they got rid of that they said we didn't need. Yeah. A lot of that is taking money and jobs and people away from FEMA. And knew that we were going into hurricane season, knew that we were going into, storm season for Midwest, Southern, East Coast country. States and stuff like that. They knew that. They don't care. Y'all president tells y'all all the time, he don't give a fuck about you poor ass motherfuckers. Don't care about y'all. They actually enjoy. I saw a girl, a lady on Instagram and TikTok. I had to follow her on both. She's a comedian. She was talking about overhearing a conversation between two of Trump's cronies and how much they were giggling and laughing and enjoying the fact that they have, caused for poor Americans to lose their jobs. And they said, if there's not a protest, you're not doing something right. Yeah, girl.
There we go. Completely dark. It's not safe. People are breaking in people's houses and everything. We are currently day 7. No power.
No, I know it's not normal where y'all from. From Gary. I know it's not. And it's terrible. And something needs to be done about it. But this is another reason why you can't be like, I don't be involved in politics because the Democrats and the Republicans, they both fucked up. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. And I'm not saying this creator specifically. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of people, especially like, a lot of younger black people that have the mindset that they just not gonna worry about these things. And I'm from the mindset of, I can see how, yes, powers that be will be controlling things, but we the people, like, girl, we still have power. And when we don't use it, when we get, really comfortable and we care about our biases and our prejudices and our religions and all of that more than the actual things that are happening around us, I also think it's very intentional. I think that they want to create an environment where everybody starts like shooting and killing each other. Like they want to do like a purge type of situation. This is what happens when people lose electricity and it's dark outside and people are very poor. It's hot. Like, again, we're already in a pressure cooker because our country is in the shitter right now. It's a trailer park, hun. So yeah. I have all of the empathy. I want things to change. I care. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Yeah, they be, oh, it's the lesser of two evils. I'm like, so choose the bigger of the two evils instead in order to stick it to that whole thing. Make the shit worse because the lesser of two evils is still evil, bitch. I don't know what you would like us to do in this hellscape, but it seems like choosing the worst of the two evils is not working. It's not working, girl. I'm sorry. I will always be critiquing and looking at the shit that the Republicans have done to get y'all in these situations because y'all like to ignore it for the sake of this argument of, oh, y'all are just always voting Democrat. Yeah, girl, these are the reasons why. Usually these types of things are the reasons why. Right? Because you will actually see and hear Democrats trying to put in policies that progress us out of these things. And then because it goes against a bigger corporation like the people that own all of the gas and oil industry companies, yeah, those people lobby so that the new, fresher energy that might be better for us doesn't actually come in. And I always thought that was so stupid because I was like, well, if you recognize like tobacco does, big tobacco does a lot to demonize marijuana use, and they lobby against people, making marijuana legal in states in the country because they know if y'all are smoking marijuana, y'all are not really going to be smoking cigarettes in the same way. So for a long time, big tobacco was one of the main proponents for lobbying against making marijuana legal. And that also helped the prison industrial system, right? Because these are all corporations. So you get to get put in prison and get put in jail because big tobacco wants to lobby to make sure that their product, the cigarettes and the cancer that kills you, girl, stays on top. Because if they were to, I don't know, big tobacco could have very much switched over to marijuana and selling marijuana. Cigarette companies could have stopped selling cigarettes and started selling marijuana and got in on that. But instead, they lobbied against it so that they can keep their shit the same. So it's this conserving the way things are so that we don't move beyond them. That's why I don't like conservatism, because a lot of times y'all ain't really, y'all aren't conserving anything. You're just trying to stop movement. You're not conserving anything because it's not actually saving anything, because eventually everything's going to be ruined anyway, right? This ignoring of climate change, this ignoring of how oil and gas companies are raping and pillaging the land, girl, Mother Nature is not pleased. Y'all ignore that. We're going to have more hot summers. We're going to have more issues with the power grid. Like, they're doing this shit on purpose. Scientists in the fucking 70s and the 80s was telling people about the things that could possibly happen now. And, all of those white Republican people, Reagan, the Bushes, all of them, the oligarchs, you know what I'm saying? They are the ones that made it so that we're in the situation that we're in now. I saw a content creator, one of my favorite content creators, talking about how she thought we all knew that Michelle Obama was sanitizing George Bush's image to everybody. And one of the biggest issues we're having right now is how dumb everybody is, like this literary crisis. And that was really because of George Bush and No Child Left Behind, which means if your dumbass child, okay, not your child's fault they dumb, it's your fault. But if your child is not passing, we're just going to push them forward anyway. Now y'all got a whole bunch of people that don't know how to do shit. Because Republicans like to cut corners. Republicans like to cut corners and not pay people. They conserve money. So if the idea is to make sure that we conserve money and we don't spend money on anything, that means the children are going to suffer. The women are going to suffer. The environment will suffer. And it doesn't matter because those people get to keep their money for the time that they're here as our overall environment gets worse and worse and worse and worse. But those few people, they still have their money, girl. And because they've convinced you niggas that y'all will eventually be rich like them. But when I tell y'all, the entertainers that y'all think are rich and are the example of, oh, I got out, they are imprisoned. Like, girl, I was looking at Deontay Kyle, a clip of him talking about Jay-Z, and he said the same shit I said about how can a nigga that made the 444 album come to us now and talk to us like this? Same thing with Beyonce. How could you do the Black is King album and then come out with Cowboy Carter and this whitewashing of your image? Like, y'all are very well aware of how the racism works, and then you come out pandering to it and expect for the people who are your fans to not notice the disconnect? Girl, I'm sorry. I know I went deep on that, but I care about the people. I care. And all of the shit is connected, and everybody likes to act like it's not connected, but it absolutely is. It absolutely is. The people in Indiana should not be having to deal with this. Aren't they a red state? Why are they dealing with this? Shouldn't them being a red state mean that the president that only likes other, Republicans? Why haven't y'all fixed this? It's a red state. And that's because y'all are okay with fuck everybody else until it's you. Yeah, girl, that's how everybody be. I'm praying for the people. I hope they hurry up and get in people their motherfucking energy back. But it's the same thing that was going on in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico also was dealing with blackouts and no food because of this war in Iran that nigga started. Yeah, girl, I care about it all. I care about it all. And genuinely, I literally know what it's like to be sitting in a hot ass house for days at a time. No AC, no energy, having to go back and forth to your car, going to gas stations to get gas so you can sit in your car, charge your phone, then realizing that that the gas stations are running out of gas. Cuba, thank you. Puerto Rico and Cuba. Let's see. Democrats are fine with black candidates as long as they fall in line. The moment you don't and speak and keep speaking, they will Jasmine Crockett you, secretly funding a white opponent to win. And listen, I agree. I absolutely agree. I think we should get rid of the two-party system. I don't agree with it. I'm not a proponent for Democrats. I'm a proponent for socialists and for taking care of the people. That's my mindset on it. And a lot of the times the Democrats are the ones that are lobbying for certain things that would help versus Republicans that are always lobbying against things that would help. It doesn't mean I actually like the Democratic Party. It means I can look at what the Republican Party is doing and see how they're still more harmful. See how that works? It's the same thing with Portia and Shamia. Girl. And a lot of y'all do not, when I tell y'all, a lot of y'all are not getting that. We're going to get to it in a minute, bitch. But I just want to show y'all how everything is everything. Now, I'm reading Hayden Panettiere's book. Hold up. Thank you, Get a Clue, for the super chat. My dad lives in Gary, Indiana. He still has no power. I'm praying for the people, y'all. It's a terrible situation. Child, and I know them old people, it's so hard to get them old people to leave. It's so hard to get them old people to leave. You be wanting them to leave and come stay with you until everything I'm all right. Y'all know 2021 was the last time we had to leave here for a fucking month until it took us a month to get electricity back. And it's only because, thank God, you know what I'm saying, my family being the people that they were, me being the person that I am and doing this, right? And having a mind to stack money and all of that. Because I did that, because I had money saved up, because I make the money that I make, because I worked, all of that shit. My daddy was very, whenever the storms are coming, we know what's going on. We're paying attention. Do we have to leave? Like, that's something that I was raised with, understanding that this has to be on your mind as an adult living in this area, right? So I was lucky. I'm lucky that I'm able to take my shit and go. Yes, girl. In 2020, what is that? 2021? Whatever hurricane Ida that came and put a hole in the roof in this room. And we had to leave this house we were in Atlanta, draining money for a month on Airbnbs, me, my husband, my dogs, and my mom. Thank God the people in Atlanta are so hospitable when shit like this be going on, okay? But yeah, a month with no electricity. So yeah, girl, we know. Girl, we know about it. We are praying for y'all. Get a Clue, Gary Age-Friendly Advisory Council is helping him. That's good. Another thing is, learning from this, there needs to be things put in place for things like this. A backup system, generators, places that sell them at a price that makes it reasonable for people to buy them. Because what people that make generators do is up their prices around this time to take advantage of the fact that people don't want to be in the dark, in the heat, in the fucking night. But the capitalist system doesn't want to make life easier for the people that live here. They want to make it harder by trying to make you buy shit you can't afford to buy. I hate it here. All right, let's get into the next story, girl. Like I said, I'm reading Hayden Panettiere's book right now. Okay, I don't know when I stopped listening yesterday, but I had to go back a little bit because I was like, girl, did I fall asleep? Like, I feel like I missed a few chapters, girl. I had to back up. So yeah, again, still framing her family in a certain light. I do feel like I might have confused the story because it was talking about this woman that was a pimp that put Hayden in the bed with somebody, and somebody online was trying to act like that was her mom, and it's like that wasn't her mom. Her mom, definitely was about child neglect for my own wants and needs. I want to be an actress. I want to be a star. So I'm going to put my child into acting, and I'm going to make this my child's life so I can live through my child because my career failed. And I'm not going to care about my child as a little human being with feelings and wants and needs and the fact that they're a child. No, I'm going to put all of my aspirations and all of our family's issues on my child's shoulders. A lot of parents adultify their children in this way. But especially when their children are in the entertainment industry. So Gayle King has some words, y'all, for Hayden Panettiere's mom, because her mom talked about her like she wasn't her daughter.
In an interview with NBC News, Panettiere's estranged mother spoke publicly for the first time since her daughter's death. She called Hayden an amazingly talented person and went on to say of people who grow up in the entertainment industry this: "It is a struggle, and it's a very challenging industry. It's not unusual for them to sadly find the wrong path. I think it becomes very difficult to be true to yourself, and I think Hayden sadly lost her way, and I wish it were different. I wish she had stayed true to herself because she had many incredible attributes."
How the fuck was Hayden supposed to stay true to herself when you didn't even give her the room to figure out what true to herself meant as her parent? Because her childhood was about being a star for you to live through her. Y'all, I read this portion of her book, and it was like, this is the reason why I liked her. And I'm like, I felt it and I saw it. And it's only because I feel like when you feel something inside yourself, or when you recognize something that's inside yourself, you see it in other people easier. So I've been gay this whole time. I've liked girls this whole time. As soon as I could like boys, I also liked girls. Okay. And I'm talking about preschool, kindergarten. I can remember. So when Hayden says around 7, 8, she starts to, I like girls. She said, I like girls. I've always liked girls. And then when I think about that, and I think about what she looked like in Remember the Titans. Very young, but there is a scrappy, tomboyish quality to her. And I feel like even with her being dressed pretty, you can still see it in her body language over time. Like, I feel like I even saw it when she was playing Kirby on Scream 4. You can still see like a level of androgyny that she's not being allowed to showcase through gender expression, but it's in there. And you could tell. Y'all say there's an echo? I don't know. Was there always an echo? I don't know. Or is it only an echo when I play the audio? Okay.
You know, guys, you read this and all I can think of is, thanks, Mom, for nothing.
I mean, Hayden Panettiere spent years publicly acknowledging her own failures, her own struggles. She did it with you in that interview. She cannot respond now.
No.
And for her mother to use these days after Hayden's death to just remind the world how much trauma she caused, it's unseemly.
And when she was here, Vlad, she told us that it was a very complicated relationship with her mom and that it was still a work in progress. And you hear stuff like that and you realize it was still very much in progress. It makes me so sad that of the opportunity that you have after your daughter's death, that's what you choose to leave us with.
If she had just stopped it, she was amazing and talented.
Yes.
Kelly's
we
so
would all
true.
agree.
You know why? Because it was important to put what happened to her on the entertainment industry and not as a parent that ushered her into that entertainment industry in the first place and pushed her to be a part of it. that's why I don't like when people talk about the entertainment industry like it's something that is not just a microcosm for what's happening in real life. Meaning that in actual entertainment industry, kids, women, everybody's being exploited for their talents, right? They're not being paid adequately, and they're being put in situations for predatory men to try to basically pay to fuck them, whether they know it or not. That's what the entertainment industry basically is. Okay? Now, are y'all gonna act like that is not also happening in every other institution? That's another, like, it's happening it's happening in your families. It's happening in the schools. It's happening in colleges. It's happening in the workplace. But it's happening all over the exploitation and the sexual assault. Girl, it's happening in every facet of our lives. But when it's framed in the entertainment industry, y'all will make it seem that's why I don't want my... Yeah, but also it's happening everywhere, girl, not just in the entertainment industry. And it starts out with the parents, because the truth of the matter is it would have never been able to happen to your kid had you not put her in that situation.
In an interview with NBC News,
that mama ain't shit. That mama ain't shit. But I also feel like they be trying to act like the mama ain't shit, but the daddy was cool. I don't agree with that, because for me, to some extent, it feels like y'all, the dad is the parent who looks like the good guy simply because they weren't doing what the mama was doing, but you allowed it. You the daddy, right? You the man, and you allowed for this to happen. You are just as culpable. Anyway, let's move on, y'all. I'm sure I'll go back to that at some point, but I want to move on for right now. R.I.P. to Hayden Panettiere. That was my motherfucking girl. That's why I want people to be free, y'all. That's why I care about liberation in all forms, because essentially the lack of liberation is the reason why people end up in a lot of the situations that they end up in. It's not like, oh, I fell down the wrong path. No, that path is paved with a whole bunch of choices and decisions. The fuck is y'all talking about? Okay, before I move on, I want to go back here for a second. So y'all were working on my nerves yesterday when y'all kept saying, he's a comedian, it's a skit. So let's talk for a second. I told y'all it's commentary. I actually didn't care because I felt like it was just... uses real situations or public figures to voice an opinion, critique... Okay, you don't have to tell us that. Why are you listening to me, bitch? Anyway, so when I clicked on this video, I clicked on this video because it came up and I thought it was the shade room, and I really wanted this part. Because I heard another content creator, a woman that I like, talking about what this man said. So I saved this clip because of this right here, because of the shade room clip. Now, when the man started talking on the back end only to validate it, then a whole bunch of people in the comments, oh, it's a skit. It's a skit. And a lot of times when y'all say it's a skit, it actually sounds to me, what you're saying doesn't matter. It's not real. When y'all say it's a skit, that is how that comes off to me, okay? So the skit part is him putting on a filter and calling himself Unc. That's the skit. To me, this is a skit.
So, your mom tell me you went off on her today.
What do you like that, though?
To me, this is a skit, right? Him acting, and then somebody talking to him. It's like it's a setup, right? Okay? Now, would y'all call every time that he gives his commentary on something a skit?
Say the relationship is not real.
Is that a skit?
Billionaire.
Or is it commentary? So if all he had to do was put on a filter and call himself Unc in order to do the same thing as he's doing in these clips, which is give commentary about how he actually thinks and feels. Yes, because he put a filter on and is playing a different character than himself in order to give y'all the commentary that he wants to give y'all. Yes. you can say that the filter is the skit. But what he's doing is commentary. And what he's doing wasn't even the point of my commentary. But I just wanted to go back to this because, for one, I hate being wrong, but not because I don't want to be, because I want to be right, but just because I don't like being like wrong in the way of not being correct. You know what I'm saying? Not being in truth, okay? So I apologize, okay? I apologize, everybody. Even though this man was basically just giving his commentary on this clip because he called himself Unc, gave us a fake scenario and put on a filter. It's a skit, y'all. But ultimately, the rest of this man's page is him sitting there just like he did with that filter on, giving commentary. Look, here's another one of him being the old man. Still commentary. It's commentary. Yes, that's what I be thinking. I think that a skit has like a script, or at least it showcases like a true line, a true distinction that this is not real. That's why a lot of times I don't be liking when people be doing all of them skits that you don't know it's a fucking skit. That's why I don't like that shit. I just want, because I went and looked back at his page and I was like, oh, because he had and I recognized it. I knew it was a filter because I could see it glitching. But in my mind, you're still just sitting here saying, how you feel, which is co-signing what this man was saying. To me, that's still more so commentary. It's still commentary. The rest of his shit is commentary with a few skits thrown in there from here or there. It's commentary. And exactly, it wasn't funny, right? So it'd be different if it was some exaggerated uncle that was funny. Like that's something a normal nigga would say. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm sure he is funny. You know what I'm saying? He got 1 million followers. I'm sure the nigga's funny. I'm just saying that specific thing came off as more so commentary. But the way people wanted to be in my comments, it's a skit. He's a comedian. It's like, girl, okay, babe. Okay, we got you. It's okay. So should I just what you want me to do? Edit out what I said? Should I do that? Should I just go back and just erase everything I said? The fuck is we talking about? Anyway, let's move on. Carmelo Anthony, y'all. This came up yesterday that Carmelo Anthony's case, the judge, I believe was kicked off and they're trying to get him a new trial. Carmelo Anthony's legal team won its bid to have state district judge John Roach Jr. removed from his murder appeal, with an outside judge now set to oversee the case going forward. The ruling came Wednesday from visiting Judge Sid Harley of San Antonio's Fourth Administrative Judicial Region, who had been assigned specifically to hear the recusal motion. A new judge will also proceed over Thursday's separate hearing, where Anthony's attorneys are expected to argue for an entirely new trial. The recusal push came from a newly assembled pro bono legal team of civil rights and criminal defense attorneys who took over Anthony's appeal in June, arguing there were strong grounds to challenge how the trial had been handled. Anthony was given a 35-year prison sentence after a jury found him guilty of murdering fellow teen. Yeah, I hope they get it. I hope they rectify this situation. I really, really do. Because 35 years is excessive as hell. And I do believe that, y'all gave him that because of racism. It's how I feel. Because when a white boy rapes 2 women and beats them within an inch of their lives, y'all say y'all care about his future. His ass should be in jail for 35 years. Okay? Accidentally killing somebody in a fight versus being a predator and and raping and beating 2 women. Yeah, I feel like you're going to always be a predator that rapes and beats women. That accidental shit, he going to have to deal with the fact that, somebody dead because of him for the rest of his life. And it was, and by accident. Because they got in a fight. I don't feel like it was actually purposeful. I don't think he intended. I don't think he set out to hurt anybody. That's just my feelings on it. But I think that, these white men, they set out to hurt people all the time, and y'all still don't give a fuck about that. I have to mention it in this case. But everything is a case-by-case basis for me, girl. Because I can't stand when y'all be talking about that shit when we asking for Diddy or somebody to be held accountable for their crimes against humanity, and y'all in the comments like, but what about Harvey Weinstein? He's in jail, ho. What else? What else? Yes, intentionality. Like, it's about the intention for me. So, y'all, Mary J. Blige admits she now sees how valuable kids are after choosing freedom in her younger years. Now, let me tell y'all something. I don't know Mary J. Blige. I'm going to preface this by saying I do not know Mary J. Blige personally, but as somebody that has been alive since 1988, meaning I've been alive her entire career and able to see her career and the moves she's made for her entire life, this comes off like, and I haven't listened to it yet, but when I first saw it, I just want to tell y'all what my mind was. I made the best decision for me, and now that I'm older, the pressure that I should have had kids so that I'm not lonely and by myself, like that type of shit. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And the reason why I don't like it is because children are not here for your emotional dependency. But let's listen to what she said, and then I'll give my opinion. Also, I feel like this bitch is mean. Okay? I'm so sorry. I love Mary J. Blige music, but I feel like you was Diddy's homegirl. And you mean. I don't think you needed no kids. Let's listen.
A lot of, my family members needing babysitters and, them not having a choice,
Right.
no freedom. So when you're younger, you that's the choice. Those are the words you make. Those are the choices you make.
Right.
I don't want any kids. But then when you get older, you start to see how valuable their teenagers are to them.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids are to them.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, oh man.
You know why? Because your kids are like a built-in best friend. If you've done right by your children hopefully will do right by you. But I'm tired of y'all talking about having children for the sake of codependency, for having somebody, right? I don't like that. And the reason why is because I feel like a lot of y'all are terrible people, but because you have guilted your children into feeling like they owe you their life, you get to have people around you. When really your mean ornery ass should be by yourself because you didn't garner or foster any healthy relationships in your younger years. Because a lot of y'all are male identified and male centered, and y'all don't care about other people. Y'all don't care about other women. And so y'all don't form good friendships with other women, and then you turn around and you fucking lonely. But it's no different than women that have been choosing men their children's entire childhood and then turn around and find out that they blocked on social media and they can't get in contact with their child.
But at the same time, it's like,
That's what, yes, get a cat, girl, just get you a little Karuchi train. Get you a little Karuchi train. Get you a girlfriend and pay her a little monthly stipend and, make sure she about 20, 30 years younger than you. I would say 20 just to not be, gross.
People struggling. I saw a lot of, my family members needing babysitters and, them not having a choice,
Right.
no freedom. So when you're younger, you that's the choice. Those are the words you make. Those are the choices you make.
Right.
I don't want any kids. But then when you get older, you start to see how valuable their teenagers are to them.
Mm-hmm.
Their kids are to them.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, oh man. But at the same time, it's like,
Girl, yeah, you didn't need no kids. I really enjoy Michelle Obama and them's podcast a little bit. But I do agree that it is a sanitizing tool, like Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer is a sanitizing tool. And listen, I don't know why, because when I met Keke Palmer in real life that one time, I loved her. She gave great hugs, great girl, right? The older we get and the more I see how she moves on the internet, the more I feel like, ooh, girl. Girl, you not to be trusted. Like that's really how I feel. You not to be trusted. But that's not shocking. Let's see. That's a fact. My daughter and me are best friends. We do separate we do separate from what we talk about. If she needs her mom, she say, I need my mom. And she want her friends, she say, I need my friend. I like that. I like that because I think that if you are an adult that has some type of emotional regulation and you really care about your kids and you love your kids, then I feel like you would want to give them advice from one place or another, right? You're a woman. So you know you can get into the mindset of, let me talk to you like you're my friend, right? And then you could be like, hold up, you know, if I'm talking to you like I'm your mom, then I have to give you a different type of advice, right? From a different standpoint. It really does require you to be able to not be judgmental, but also know what type of advice you're being asked for, right? To me, it's the same thing as like, I just want somebody to listen to me and validate my emotions. That's one thing. And the other thing is I want somebody to give me practical advice that might help me. That's the difference between I want to talk to my friend and I want to talk to my mama. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, you know, that varies depending on the situation. But Kiki Palmer is another sanitizing podcast for me. And you know what? Let me just play, girl. Do I want to play that clip of that content creator saying that Michelle Obama is just, you know, be up here sanitizing everybody's image and all of that? Because I'm like, why is Mary J. Blige ain't never in her motherfucking life talk about having no kids and no interview? Now we sitting up here with Michelle Obama and her brother talking about how maybe I should have had, girl, you shouldn't have had no motherfucking kids, girl. The men you was with, the life you lived, girl, you shouldn't have had no goddamn children. Don't do that. Don't be. Because you know why? It plays into the mindset that women should have children when they don't want them for fear of getting older and then having regrets. When really it's just the pressure that you get from everybody around you that you were supposed to do this and you didn't do it. That's really what it is. And y'all can't tell me no motherfucking different. Let me see if I can find that clip of that girl. Did I repost it? Oh, girl. We're going to have a song break in a second. Cause like I have to. I have to, girl. Let me see. Can I find it? Can I find? Also, y'all, Phaedra is a terrible actress. Cause why we talking about Keke Palmer?
It isn't my former best friend, former sister-in-law, frenemy, and win the cards a down friend, Melody Mavis Martin.
Darling, I told you at the start of our last feud, I'll still...
So I want to tell y'all to the point that I love this character that Keke did so much. I have bought the audiobooks, all of that shit, okay? So I support Keke, even though she rubs me wrong all the time in so many different ways.
Be there when you call or when you fall.
Darling!
Yeah, so in scene, Phaedra is almost like they cut, right? Like somebody feeds her the line and then she says the line and they don't edit it in a way that makes it seem as if she knew what she was going to say before she said it. It's almost like a pause in between. Maybe that's supposed to be satire to show us that, you know, it's not, you know, it's all just jokes and games. But really it comes off like Phaedra can't act.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm in a terrible situation.
Let me guess. There is a naked man in this room who happens to be your fiance's twin brother. And the press is outside. And if they and your fiance catches wind of this, not only will you be out of a husband, but out of brunch at lunch, Empire Building, which you have ever so longed for and richly deserve.
Yeah, y'all. I'm annoyed with it because I can see her moving her eyes to read and then moving her eyes back to Keke to say the line. I'm sorry. Girl, I had to point that out to y'all because I was just like, why y'all working on my nerves like this? I love that character. Why would y'all? Oh, here go the video. This is the one I wanted to show y'all about Michelle Obama. I don't know why I'm not following her over here. Let me follow her over here. This is Doe Camberlittleton. Girl, this her page. See it? Camberleton. Bitch, fuck y'all. Doe, okay? Or is it Doc Amber Alton? That's what it is. Doc Amber, so Dr. Amber Alton. That's what it is, girl. I had to break it up. When you put all them letters together, bitch, I don't know where I need to put the emphasis on, okay? Come on, phonics. But yes, she does really great work. This video right here. And y'all, this is not, okay, because I defended Michelle Obama yesterday. So I need for y'all to understand where I'm coming from with this, okay? I'm still a black woman. I still don't play. But when we amongst each other, and we are amongst each other, girl, we gonna have to have these conversations. What are you niggas doing? Oh, Lord.
Hey, I'm sorry. I thought we were all on the same page that we knew that Michelle Obama was helping to sanitize George W. Bush's image. I thought we were all on the same page about that, but I said it on Threads, and some people were not happy with me for that.
It is so true. We didn't know it when it happened the first time, like when the photo and the video was caught. You know what I'm saying? But it had the desired effect. And so it started to make him look like the soft old grandpa who was pushed into politics, who really just wanted to paint and be an educator. You know, kind of how they made old boy look on Scandal. Fitz is Bush. Okay? And it did give, even though Olivia Pope is based off of a real woman that is not Condoleezza Rice. Bitch, if it don't remind me of what the people thought about George Bush and Condoleezza Rice. And that's how the racist white people used to say Condoleezza Rice name back in the day. Condoleezza Rice.
I guess I'm not quite sure why. Because this like mid bit, this is not happening by happenstance, right? Like everybody knew that this was happening.
Hold up. I do want to, I'm going to let this video play and then I'm going to respond to this.
Michelle knew, George knew, Laura knew, Barack knew, the camera person knew. They got a note, or they were like, hey, make sure you capture this moment. George W. Bush, he had like a Secret Service person or like an aide go to the store and get the Altoids to give to, like, everybody knew, like, this is a bit. This is an intentional bit, and the purpose of the bit is to be funny, of course, but like also what it functions to do is to sanitize George W. Bush's image, because Michelle Obama is so beloved, right? Like universally, like, I mean, but like across wide swaths of the population, Michelle Obama is beloved. George Bush is not. So therefore, when you have someone as detestable as George Bush, like being chummy with Michelle Obama, what it then functions to do is say, oh, okay, well, he can't be that bad. He couldn't have killed that many Iraqis. He couldn't have maybe he didn't lie about them. Maybe he didn't leave all those black people to die in Katrina. Maybe he's not that bad, right? Like, that's what it functions to do. And Michelle Obama knows that. That is a very, very, very smart lady. She understands what's happening, and she continues to play into it. Because again, like I said, in this video, which she posted on her Instagram, and it's edited to include this as the first moment, right? She knew before they showed up at that center that day, she had been she knew it was going to happen. So that means that she is okay with it. And that is not me saying that you can't like Michelle Obama. That's not even me saying that I don't like Michelle Obama. But it is just acknowledging a truth that it's like, in playing into this bit with George W. Bush, you are helping to normalize him. You are helping to sanitize his image such that he is not the monster that we know him to be. Mm-hmm.
I thought we knew that too, girl.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Okay. So I do want to respond to Pacino. You disagree. You said that they exchanged mints maybe 3 times. The Obamas and Bushes do not hang out with each other. They don't have to. They don't have to hang out with each other. When you are in entertainment, you do understand that anytime a camera is facing you, it is a performance. You know exactly how things are going to come off. And the great thing about it is that you don't have to do a lot. I don't have to be friends with the nigga, but you can make sure we're sitting next to each other at people's funerals, and they make sure they catch the shot of us talking, or me treating you like you're just a cute bad little boy. You know what I'm saying? Like low key doing the mammy thing. Cause that is the mindset, right? The black woman that sees the racist white man as just a little boy, right? Just as an infantilized little boy. And listen, because we don't know why Michelle Obama agreed to do this. We don't know why. We don't know what the reason was. But Just pointing out and acknowledging the fact that it is intentional and that it was meant to make us feel a certain way and that it did indeed work. Because like Pacino said, Trump is what sanitized Bush's image. Yes, even more so. But Michelle also helped. There is that moment when they were passing candies at that inauguration, when they sit next to each other at a fucking funeral. We are then made to feel like, oh, look at our two sides being able to actually be cool with each other. And it goes back to that mindset, like I told y'all, where they keep trying to make it seem like, oh, we are just having a difference of opinion. It's not just a difference of opinion if your opinion is that I should not have any rights. It's not just a difference of an opinion. It's oppression, right? So yeah, this is one of those situations where I feel like because you are emotionally attached to the person in the image that they portray, like she said, well loved, you won't want to see this as truth because then it would tarnish how you view Michelle Obama. And I want you to know that it doesn't really tarnish her because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes when people do shit like this and what the reasoning might be behind it. We don't know that, but we can acknowledge that it's a bit. You want to talk about something that's a skit? And like you said, they don't really hang out together. They don't. And the Obamas had to come in and fix all kinds of shit that Bush fucked up. So why are you being so nice to him? Not immediately after, a little while after. I think it was to show some type of diplomacy, and that diplomacy and decorum is appreciated in these spaces, but it's actually not. That's what they perform for us. And we watch Scandal, girl. We know this. Come on now. Come on now. We know this. Okay. I don't see, and that's fine, but ask yourself, like, why would you not see that? These are two dignitaries. like I don't see a handful of mint exchanges rising to a level of extreme, but it did though. But it did rise to extreme importance because it's the president who ruined a lot of people's lives because of racism, and it is the pinnacle, right, of the fact that that didn't work. The first black, president and first lady. Those two are warring ideals, sitting next to each other, sharing fucking candy. It absolutely is a big deal. Everything in politics will end up being a big deal. These people's images, everything that's tied to it is absolutely a big deal. Do you not remember how they responded when Barack Obama wore a tan suit and Fox News made packages about it for a fucking week? That was just a suit. Image absolutely matters. What we see and how it makes us feel. Just because you feel like it's not important doesn't mean it did not have the desired effect on the masses of people that went from feeling like George Bush doesn't care about black people, okay, to feeling like, oh, he's just a nice old man. That wasn't really him. He was just a talking head. That's how people started to see it. After that, the president doesn't have any power. It's the people around the president. It's not the president, though. That's the image we started to see after George Bush, during and after, because they made him look like he was so fucking stupid that it just had to be other people pulling his strings all the time. Then when Obama got into office, that same rhetoric was used to, basically say that he wasn't a good president for black people the way they intended for him to be because he don't have no power. They telling him what to do. And honestly, when I told y'all, remember when we were talking the other day, that might have been fucking yesterday, shit. We was talking, I gotta stop cursing so much. We were talking about how in The Craft, the example of God and the devil playing chess and playing a match of tennis, right? And the floor that they play on, the land that they play on, the grass that they play on, that's Menon. And to me, I will go back to that because it did such a huge thing for me. I feel like it put into perspective that these two entities want us to be us versus them. And while we're fighting because of these two entities, we're behind whatever entities, they're actually doing this greater goal thing. And it is a divide and conquer mechanism. That's what it is. And I can recognize that. I can recognize that. So yeah, for me, once you realize that the entities that you think are opposing are actually working together, shit starts to get it starts to get scary. Like it starts to get scary because in my mind, when people are really terrible, a good person can't really make them a better person. But when somebody's really terrible, they can make a good person terrible. Like it's easier to make someone bad than it is to make someone good. So that's why in my mind, when you, to me, are on the right side of things and you care about people and how they're harmed and all of those things, it's just, girl, it'll have you feeling like you shouldn't care about shit. And I think that's also a part of the goal. The greater goal is to have you so tired with the fact that you don't know who to trust, that you just don't trust anybody. And then you lock yourself in the fucking house and you don't participate in any of this shit until somebody comes knocking on your door and telling you to get off the land because they done bought your fucking house from up on under you. Like that's basically how this shit go. And unless everybody realizes they play a part, and they should play a part. Have some autonomy about your shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, the last 20 years has shown all the crazy shit they put in play in the past. They are impacting now. Yeah. People they plan 20 to 30 years in advance for shit. That's another thing once you realize how often people are playing chess and trying to get to an ultimate goal, and there are all these little battles, but ultimately there's an ultimate goal here. Once you recognize what the ultimate goal is, you stop caring about how people are warring over certain things. So that's why I asked y'all when that trans conversation comes up, what are you fighting for? Because to me, those conversations where y'all have fights about controlling individuals and controlling people's lives in ways that you just cannot, when y'all have those types of fights, what's actually happening is somebody above y'all wants an ultimate goal, which is usually to disenfranchise both of you. Once I see that, I stop playing into certain fights and arguments. And it really does become about, well, who's being harmed, who's doing the harm. That's what it becomes about for me. That is as binary as my thinking will go. Who's getting harmed and who's doing the harming? People need to let it sink in, let it finally seep in. You live on earth, meaning everything has roots, so it always goes deep. The reason why we are in this current situation is due to long-term shallowness. Absolutely. And the shallowness was allowed to happen to the degree that it's the norm now. So for instance, when we were growing up, weren't you being raised that money wasn't everything and you should care about certain things more than you care about money? Because in the long run, caring about money more than, the actual health of yourself and the people around you will catch up to you. Right? And then eventually you'll realize that it wasn't worth it. But by that time, it'll be too late. So I don't know. I guess people weren't being taught these lessons growing up, but I was. So there is a level of, I know I have to take care of myself and I want a certain quality of life for myself. But I also feel like I'm going to make sure I'm okay enough to not have to be desperate in a way that I'm willing to hurt other people. I'm willing to harm other people. I'm willing to go against who I am and my morals and all of that for a goal. Yeah. Also, people care about money more than anything. Money is your God now. So shout out to the diva, because yesterday, me and the child, when the diva was in the live, she told us to watch, what was it? They Live. And it's a movie that came out in 1988. Girl, we rented it because I'm sure she'll watch this back. It's my girl. Okay. I watched that movie, girl. It was really good. Y'all, the movie was so good. You know, of course, it centers around, you know, you're hardworking. I just came back from war, white guy that did the right thing and just believes that everything is going to work out on his behalf, right? But he starts to notice how other people around him that are struggling, right? Non-white people, right? They're going through all of this fucked up stuff. And he finds these glasses. And when he puts the glasses on now, he can see that there are like aliens, but they look like robots to me. But they're pretending to be human. So without the glasses, everybody looks human. When you put the glasses on, you see that there are certain agents amongst the humans basically reinforcing the messaging, right? You think this is a regular person, but no, this is somebody that's reinforcing the messaging. And the diva will call these people Agent Smiths, right? Which is the people that are in your life and around you that are meant to police you and keep you in line with what the higher ups want you to do. Okay. And it was so funny because when people would put the glasses on and they would look at billboards and commercials and the shit would just be dwindled down to get married and reproduce. Over consumption, over consumption. Other ones, I forgot, follow this religion, submit. Like from every different one, there's another one that's submit. So it's like all of this language that brought up to control, have babies, get married, over consume things and submit. Don't fight back. That the movies, girl, the movies in the 80s really used to be trying to put you on game back before they truly destroyed everything, because I think the people in the 80s saw what was going to happen based on what that presidency was doing. Okay? Child, they fucked everything up after Jimmy Carter. Okay? Jimmy Carter really tried to put stuff in, did research, found out about renewable energy and saw what other countries were doing. And then Ronald Reagan came in and pushed all of that shit out and started doing the exact opposite. And so y'all would never convince me that the Republicans are the fucking answer, because for like the past 50 years, they have been working against the progress of this country actively in order to enrich themselves. And yes, there are Democrats that play a part and a role in that. But I do believe that the reason why people become Democrats is because at the beginning, they see these disparities, especially the black people that get involved. I do believe they start out, you know what I'm saying? Having the best of intentions. But I think people being weak in certain respect, like in sex and all of that, I think that get people in situations where they can be blackmailed and things can be used against them and they can be threatened to push certain narratives. Right? On top of the fact that sometimes people just actually believe in the bullshit. But yeah, that movie was good. That movie was really good. And I'm glad because it really tapped into how I see things now. Republicans lack innovation. Absolutely. They're not thinking forward at all. They're just trying to think about how to stop certain people from getting things. That's why it always goes back to racism. That's why when black people talk about being Republicans and all of that, I'm like, y'all are just so ridiculous. And it's not because I care about the two-party system and I'm a proponent for Democrats. No, it's because I see what their goal is. And I don't see how you don't see what the goal is, which is to ultimately disenfranchise your black ass. It doesn't matter how you agree with them on the homophobia and all of the other shit. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, it will always still be about them and who look like them. And they will just use you in order to get to that overall goal. Another, like, just not seeing the long game that's being played. Reagan brought in the drugs while his wife was making commercials. Just say yes. And then the war on drugs, while loosening all of the things that were put in place in order to protect people from that. Also, the welfare queen shit, right? So making white people think that black people were the main people getting welfare when they weren't. So now white people don't want y'all to have any type of welfare. And that extends into universal health care. They just don't want you to have it, black person. So they don't want it. They're dying. They're in large numbers down to the hospital with heart conditions. Do you know how many Republican middle to poor white men I see on a daily basis with their fucking trucker hats on down to the hospital, bitch? They are usually the people being harmed the most by the very policies that they push because they just want to make sure black people don't have them, gay people don't have them, that shit. That's why I'm always like, what are you fighting for? When y'all on the internet having some of these conversations, what are you fighting for? When you're talking about women and what they do with their coochies, girl, what are you fighting for? Let's get into this next clip. Okay. Oop. Kai Cenat kicks Woo Lady off his live after she kept begging for a streamer backpack, 40-piece Popeyes meal, Birkin bag, and a pair of Crocs after just meeting him. I can't do nothing for you. So, just like we just finished talking about They Live, do we call those psyops, right? Woo Lady is a psyop. I honestly think that Kai Cenat is a psyop as well, but it's something about Kai that makes me feel like I'm doing it, but I don't really want to do it. I don't know why, but the way he will be a part of all of the chaos and the shenanigans, but certain things, he like, nah, I'm not getting involved in that. He could have been right over there with Ray J. DDG too. I don't know if y'all noticed how this shit was going a certain way. And there are certain people who are assholes, but they kind of slowly backed out of certain things. And I think it's because once you get to a certain place, you know, people are being fucked against their will. That's what I'm going to say. Every time I see Ray J and all of them and Adrian Bronner and all of them over there, I'm like, yeah, that's the ones that agreed that they were willing to give up a lot, including their ass, for whatever they got going on over there. Now, Woo Lady, if y'all don't know who Woo Lady is, she be on the internet, okay? She be on the internet trying to convince the girls to come out to Miami and sell coochie. Woo Lady is a psyop, okay? Anybody that is basically perpetuating and promoting degradation in a certain manner, that's why it's a difference between being sex positive and being somebody that tells young girls to be a hoe in this respect. You're putting them in harm's way for your own benefit and for the validation of other men. You're a psyop, right? And you're a psyop because you're here to harm the young girls, right? The girls are disenfranchised. They have terrible home lives. They are in need of not only like financial support, but emotional, mental. And then you have an older woman online telling you can make a bag and you can have the life you want to have as long as you're willing to fly out to Miami on some bullshit. That's what Woo Lady is about. Let's take a listen.
Somebody get you a Birkin.
No, I don't. I need a streaming book bag. Thank you for the lion.
Who need a streaming bag, me or you?
I need a streaming book bag.
Never coming at all. Never coming at all. I don't know who, like, bro, like my first interaction of me and you asking me for, like, materialistic stuff, like off rip, like, bro, come on, bro. My first ever time talking to you, you asking me for a Birkin, and you asking me for a like, bro, heck no, bro. What happened?
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Good.
Why is everybody telling me to talk to you?
Because I'm the baddest of them all.
The baddest of what?
The baddest, the biggest, the baddest. And Cassinet, can I get a streamer book bag, 40-piece Popeyes and a Birkin and some Crocs, please? And I'm trying to get out of my mama house. And they keep bullying me on TikTok.
How you the biggest and the baddest, and then you follow it up with begging and then saying that you're trying to get out your mama house? Me and Kai are confused.
Oh, and two. Huh, go ahead.
Wait, you say you want a what?
A 40-piece Popeyes, 3 large fries, 2 biscuits, and a Coca-Cola, and a pair of Crocs and a Birkin. And the streaming book bag, please. I started streaming like 4 months ago. And I live in my mama's house, and TikTok bullying me because I live in my mama's house.
I can't do that. I can't do that for you.
Okay, what can you do?
Nothing. You got a you're rich. You have a Cuban around your neck.
That's fake. That's machine. See, you worrying about the wrong thing.
Wait, but why I have to do it though?
Because you are the principal of the streamers, and I'm a streamer, and I'm trying to get out the hood by tomorrow.
Oh, no. I know she's trolling, y'all. I know she's trolling. I'm aware. It's also still stupid. Why is this the conversation? Like, I'm aware. I'm aware that these people are not serious.
So that means I have to do this now?
No, you don't have to.
Again, everything is a performance, but why? I'm just starting my notes as I'm listening to this, but these people are psyops, right? The point is to promote degeneracy amongst Black culture, right? Promote degeneracy amongst white culture. The publicizing of the degeneracy of the Black community is evidence used to abuse them and say that they don't need anything. We shouldn't be trying to help them. We shouldn't care about them. Look what they do. They fight all day. Minstrel show shit. Woo Lady, her psyop mission is to harm young girls. Say what you will. But the perpetuation of the prostitution, coming online as a young Black woman, pretending to beg a nigga and all of that, and all, to be a certain type of stereotype, to perpetuate a certain type of stereotype, to me, is to promote the degeneracy, and that's to harm the young girls, right? Affect how they see themselves, put them in situations where they can be assaulted. Once they're in situations where they can be assaulted, that will also degrade their self-esteem even more. Now they're willing to do even more for bad shit. This is about choices, okay? And how you get people in fucked up situations, how you get them in fucked up situations so you can take advantage of them. That's what this is, okay? Kai Cenat, light misogyny. Because the point is to get this Black woman on the internet and then like embarrass her for looking like some type of welfare queen type bitch. Everything always goes back to some type of old school stereotype that has just grown and changed over time. And the welfare queen, you know what I'm saying? The lazy Black woman trope that they put on us so that they could, craft this fight, this war against, giving the people health care and, helping citizens live in a country that they're insured by. Kai Cenat is there to show light misogyny and to also make, to me, both of these people are here to make Black people look bad. As Black people, they're still here to make Black people look like degenerates. Kai is there to make her look like a degenerate, and she's there to make him kind of look like a you think you that nigga, but you really a lame type of situation. But ultimately, it's still promoting the same thing, right? Misogyny on his side, because his followers are gonna look at her like, ooh, I can't stand those Black bitches, right? That's why it says light misogyny, because he doesn't actually have to perform it, but the young men that watch him, they will look at her based on the red pill shit they're already listening to and watching, and they will then put her in the mammy, welfare queen, those types of Black bitches. Y'all just unhealthy. That's why y'all got diabetes. Child, they roll us all up into a ball of stigmas, and that is what Woo Lady will represent in this type of situation. So yeah, what were we saying?
Can.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it, Woo Lady. Well,
Okay.
Where you get your name from?
My name? Because I'm Haitian. That's what they call me in the hood.
Oh,
Yes, I'm Haitian.
I'm so too.
Comme oye.
Ça passe.
Not boule.
Yeah, not boule.
Not mo JB Coley.
What that mean?
We're going to eat rice and beans. It's a song.
She was joking because of the Streamer University thing. Body, boob, loud and wrong sometimes.
Stop, I say not boule, not mo JB Coley. You're not Haitian for real. You playing around.
Okay. Well, Woo Lady, it was nice talking to you. Please, somebody get you a Birkin.
No, I don't. I need a streaming book bag. Thank you for the lion.
Who need a streaming bag? Me or you?
I need a streaming book bag.
Never coming at all. Never coming at all. I don't know who. Like, bro. Like my first interaction of me and you asking me for like materialistic stuff, like off rip. Like, bro, come on, bro. My first ever time talking to you. You asking me for a Birkin, and you asking me for a Like, bro, heck no, bro.
Oh.
What happened?
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Good.
Why is everybody telling me to talk to you?
Because I'm the baddest of them all.
Yeah. And so this was so a whole bunch of people could come to the live, see what was going on. She gets gifts. She gets, money from being on TikTok. That's what this is for. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I'm having a deeper conversation and they're having this very like surface level conversation. So it's like, oh, you're wrong. And it's like, okay, cool. So this is what I got from that. Okay. Trolling represents exaggerated reality. It's still reality, but it's exaggerated. So is the point to be like, oh, she's just trolling. She not really on the internet begging. Is that not what people be doing on TikTok? Y'all let me know. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm trying to see where the joke is, right? I know she's trolling and shit and she doesn't really want the book bag, right? But is the point not to still use him in order to get shit? Is having him on the live, not still having him on the live so that I can get shit. I'm going to have a stupid conversation with him and people will come to the live and they'll give gifts and I'll get some of his viewers. Like, I'm so confused about what people be talking about. Because ultimately, even if it is trolling, it's still to do the same thing. I mean, and that's another thing. I feel like, the trolling part should be like funny. And I guess coming up here and, pretending to be a stereotype is funny when these people actually kind of fit into these tropes of stereotypes in real life. Yeah, I don't know. I think that a lot of people are elementary in their thinking. And so they find certain things funny and entertaining and they think that excuses what it represents. And I just don't. So there's that. All right. I don't know what I was wrong about, girl. This is just my assessment of what them people was up here doing. I mean, they posted it on social media for us to react to it. I give a reaction. Now somehow I'm wrong for my opinion. Because people trolling. That's the same thing as it was a skit. Like, what's the goal though? What's the point of the trolling? What is the point? Girl. Matter of fact, let's go over to TikTok right quick. I just want to run, I just want to see what else that lady be talking about because I don't follow her, but I know about the messy side of TikTok because I follow people and I've talked about her before because she had some other situation that was really crazy. Let's see. What they say? Woo lady says the black community is trying to tear her business down. She brings up George Floyd and says she wants to be white now. Just for shits and giggles, let's listen. I want to be loud and wrong. Let's listen.
The black community is joining these crackers in a white community that's bashing me. Instead of y'all helping me and trying to figure out, hey, Woo Lady is going through something, y'all joining this hate train. Y'all white. Y'all technically white. Y'all part of the white shit. But when the nigga couldn't breathe, when George Floyd couldn't breathe, y'all didn't help him breathe though. Y'all didn't help him breathe though. Y'all waited until crackers kill us to join us and to help. I literally watch all these black people and these white content creators bashing me and y'all joining these crackers. And I came out here to tell y'all, hey, something is going on with my group of June people that lost their pet. Only the last week of June got lost. Everybody else from July to August, everybody got their shit.
So she sells stuff, right? Let's see.
I don't promote prostitution. I promote stop fucking broke ass niggas that don't do shit for you. That's what I stand by. That's my law. And Woo Lady we trust.
Hello. I just want to let you know that this video is going to get very federal. However, this is just allegedly. I'm just a regular person who is very nosy. And I just needed to know what kind of trouble is Woo Lady in? So, I've got my notes here.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm interested. I do want to hear what this young lady is going to say, but let me...
The cameras. Because I'm telling y'all this happened.
So...
They got this black shit and you think I want to be... I'm really going through a lot.
This Woo Lady Blige.
So this is the new shit. The new shit is she must have lost 300 packages.
Shit like that. I'm trying to figure out what
that she
the
was
fuck
supposed to. Okay, hold up. I want to go further back because I want to go to before this 300 package thing happened. Well, we gonna come back to this, girl. I didn't know about this. Oh, hold up. What he said? Let me see what he said.
Ooh, lady, when they was sending me, you lost them 300 packages. I said, let me say my 2 cents. Let me give it a whirl. But now it's getting serious. Them white people done got up in our business, girl. Huh? Well, lady, when they sent me, you lost them 300 packages. I said, let me get my 2.
Listen, what the white people saying?
Okay, the woo lady, her birthday is over, she said, and it's our birthday. Now, I've gotten called out because I'm not allowed to stop talking about it because I change the subject, which is what a T page does, and I move on to different subjects. So I had to find some more information, I guess, about that. So we need to find this guy, first of all, because he witnessed the entire thing go down at the post office when the woo lady went in there. Now, she went in, and it sounds like she was talking to her friend that works there, or...
So we still talking about these 300 packages. Okay. Girl, not a Rico. Listen, I don't know what the fuck. I want to go back. Hold up.
Here I am, 2 o'clock in the morning, come across a video about this woman named Woo Lady. And me ending up going...
Hold up. I need to go to this. That's the video I want to go to. That's the video right there. Hold up. Woo Lady. Miami. Here you go.
Here I am.
No, give me the real video, bitch.
Listen to me.
Here we go.
Certain tricks. Like, you ever conversate with a nigga? Like, listen to me. I could talk to a nigga for 10 minutes. I know if he got it or not. Y'all hoes wait for a month, 30 days, talk to a nigga for 2 months, and then y'all find out he really broke. 10 minutes. I ask niggas so much questions in 10 minutes like a motherfucking FBI bitch. I know if you about to make it to the roster or get off the roster in that order. Me, I have categories of a nigga just for food, a nigga for bills, a nigga for priority, a nigga for clothes, a nigga for hair. I literally have a folder of who to call. I have a personal phone. It's crazy because I just left the home. I have a phone just for niggas. The phone I'm talking to y'all is my business phone. I personally went to go buy that phone just for niggas. Because if that phone is for niggas.
So this is the lady who y'all think everybody... It's because remember when Takara was talking about, oh, the girls is fucking... This the ones y'all be talking about? Oh, I don't know these people, but let me listen.
They passed the class, passed the step, and they passed $20,000. If my niggas is on... I got multiple niggas on the phone that's passed $20,000 when they on this phone. My other phone is it's under 10K. So... I know who to act broke with, and I know who to act like a businesswoman with. So I know you're kind of confused, but that's for you to know who you talk to. You get it? So I'm giving you 2 gems right now. Act broke with the real rich ones, and act like a businesswoman, or act like you got, well, I hope you have a job, ladies. Have a job with a trick, but he's a baby trick. Because there's some tricks that's not developed yet, but you could develop them. Are you with me?
Yeah, and see, I just believe... This type of gaming with niggas is just unsafe, and to me, I don't have the energy for all of that. And I never have had the energy for all of the extra energy y'all give to niggas so that y'all can get shit out of them. Girl, I would rather just go to school, bitch. And listen, I'm not saying it like that, okay? Because I know the girls is out here trying to supplement their income. But energetically, it's never been worth it to me.
Oh, y'all not with me? Because you got big tricks and you got baby tricks. Y'all got to know the difference. Niggas. No, rich niggas, like the big tricks that buy cars and houses. Now, the tricks that buy cars and houses, you got to act like a businesswoman with. Tricks that buy purses and nails and take you on a date, you got a job, but you broke. All your money go to bills. Oh, you better act.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's good old hoe tricking. Yeah, absolutely. What I don't like about what she does, it is the way I believe she tries to get these girls to come and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I don't like the male-centered pick-me that convinces you to be a hoe and makes it look like it's a good life for you, and then put you in situations for you to get fucked over, and then tell you, well, bitch, I told you it was the game. I told you how the game went. Okay. Let's see.
We go.
I need to go out there because I heard it's some niggas out there.
To do what?
Huh?
It's not Atlanta. I'm being so real. It's hard to find them in Miami.
For real?
I'm dead serious. It's It's like 3 of them only, and that's Broward and 3K. Hey, Chad, don't let no nigga with a wig play with me on this app.
But
Chad, let's go.
low to the floor. Anyways.
Does she really believe that there's only 3 niggas in Miami that want to fuck trans girls? See, y'all be dumb if you think that. I'm sorry. Let me.
Yeah, they left a big doodle. Y'all want to see it? Yeah, they left a big doodle and it's stuck.
Yikes. Let's see.
She's texting.
Sit on her live after explaining.
No, I don't want to join with nobody. I don't want to join with nobody. No, I don't want to join with nobody no more. Because when I let y'all hoes play with me, I'm finna play with y'all hoes today. We got in the first day Trent landed. We wasn't generally supposed to go outside. I said, you know what? Fuck it, let's go outside. I put her in a section with niggas that make jewelry. Trent seen it with her own eyes. Nigga with big ass chain, big ass watch. Trent didn't come out of pocket for nothing. We got there, the niggas pay for us to get in. They pay for our hookah, they pay for our drink. Trent sitting on the couch shaking her ass, blowing her hookah. You hear me? Perfect. She plays a video. The Jerry accidentally recorded Rod, and we seen him at the Hard Rock Casino. Trent thought this nigga was sleeping sick. He lied to her and told her he has a flu. That's why he didn't want to go out. But we caught his ass at the Hard Rock Casino losing bread. Okay? That's Friday. Saturday. I woke Saturday now, Trent, since you said you didn't gain anything or you didn't gain no trick. You and your weird ass sister Ty. Ty, what trick you got, nigga? You with a nigga that his legs in the air towed up. Bitch, you just brought Chanel. You went to Chanel store and got fucking glasses. Now you got tricks all of a sudden, Ty. Ty, you another clout chasing off a trend. Ho.
So I don't know if y'all getting what's happening here, but this is basically her explaining how her and some girls that she was supposed to help get some tricks, like a madam or some shit. Yeah. This is her saying how it didn't go how they wanted it to go and her putting it on them. Like, we don't know all of the specifics, y'all, but what we do understand is sound like somebody thought you was on the up. I don't know how. And then y'all got out there and it didn't go that way. And now you trying to act like it was their fault that it didn't go that way.
You could even help your own sister. Get up, everybody. We're at a party today. I'm gonna throw these hoes a birthday. Saturday, I wake up 8 a.m. The original rental plug I was supposed to go to, they didn't have the car. So I went to another rental plug and I went to go get it. I spent $4,000 out of my own money. I didn't ask anybody. I ain't asked no nigga. I did it with my own money. No nigga paid for it. No trick. Stacy money. Okay? I go pick up Trent. This is the schedule. We're gonna do it because I'm gonna violate hoes. Listen to this in order. When I get the rental, I go home. I go pick up Trent from the hotel. Her hotel. I take her. Trent gets on live the whole time. Me and Trent couldn't even genuinely speak, like communicate, because she's on TikTok live. You understand what I'm saying? The whole Saturday, Trent's phone was up. Y'all seen it with your own eyes. From the hotel, when she got in the car, she showed y'all the car. I took her to go get smoothie. I paid for it. I didn't ask her to pay for it because I know she came down here to see me. Trent lying about a skit. I got a DM. You came down here because you seen I was with Tricks and you wanted to come visit me. I never wanted to visit you, Trent. What clout a bitch want? Let's continue. We go to the smoothie spot. I didn't have my outfit, something happened to my outfit. I dropped Trent off to go do her hair. She's still alive. I go pick up my outfit. Trent is still alive. I come back from West Palm Beach. Trent is still alive. So you tell me where me and Trent really actually communicated like that. I never got on live. I go pick her up. She's still alive. Tell me where me and her really had to talk. So we're going to plan something. Ed was the only nigga I never seen. God could come get me right now. I never seen Raw call Trent the whole time. Ed called Trent. Sis, you good? Sis, you straight? Let's continue. Saturday, she had to catch an Uber to her hotel because it didn't make sense for me to drop her home in a Lamborghini because that's backwards. The hosting was by my house. The hosting was 10 minutes from my house. Trent was all the way 30 minutes out. So I had got my makeup done. And she went on live in the Uber. Y'all can go find the clip. She's still on live in the Uber. And she went to a hotel. And she got dressed at what time? 9 o'clock. And I told Trent, take her ass to sleep. Okay? I'm telling y'all the real truth in order. Them hoes, TikTok, I don't wait for Wednesday to get paid. I get paid every day. Rob, broke ass. Listen. I get dressed. Trent's blowing me up. Stacey, I'm ready. I'm like, Trent, we don't leave until 12 o'clock, baby. 12 or 1 o'clock, okay? Trent Uber to my hosting because, like I said, it didn't make sense for me to go get her 30 minutes out. The hosting's by my house. She Uber, she gets in the car, we're chilling. We waited until all my friends come. We get in hosting. Trent had the best time of her motherfucking life. Dancing, drinking, blowing a hookah. Perfect. My sister paid for the hookah that she was blowing, okay? We had no tricks at the hosting. My sister paid for the hookah. Perfect. We at the hosting. My homeboy called me. Hey, yo, where you at? He said we at Jamil's. We go to Jamil's. We ran into Bird. We ran into all them other niggas. Mm-hmm. I took Trent with me. Trent rode to me. Two tricks. Okay? Mm-hmm. Perfect. We stayed there for like 15 minutes. There was a bunch of niggas in there. Okay? It was a bunch of niggas in there. Bird said he not going to 2-4. He going to Taboo. My homeboy Money called me. Honey Bun? Yes. Like that girl. We get to 2-4. Trent is outside the club. She didn't even show the bouncer her ID. She had an Uber on her phone with Jerry. Call Jerry right now. The girl with the strap. Call her right now. Call Jerry with the strap right now and tell Jerry if I'm lying. I wrapped Trent's phone as a real bitch. If I didn't want to see you win, Trent, I would have let you go home. I yanked her phone in front of Jerry. Jerry didn't even want to go home. I said, no, we're not going. I canceled the Uber.
So the girl was trying to go home and you took her phone because you wanted her to win.
I forced her to get in the club because she's tired.
She wanted to go and you forced her to go back in the club. Okay.
Right? We were rich ass niggas, but you tired. But when you were raw with that broke ass nigga, that galaxy uni demon ass nigga, you not tired. You see nigga with big ass shame, but you sleepy.
So basically you didn't have the energy to fuck when it was time to fuck. You ain't have the energy for these niggas when it was time for you to have the energy for these niggas so we could get this money, so we get this bread. And that's what I'm talking about. For a lot of women who are like this, they really desperate to be around them niggas and be liked by them niggas. They act like they not, but they truly, truly are, right? That's why you get all excited to be around these niggas. It ain't really about the bread like that. The bread is a byproduct. You want to be received well and have a certain level of clout, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta nigga shit, right? The respect of these men. As a used to be male identified bitch, I do understand, okay? Most of my best friends growing up was niggas, was boys, was men, okay? So I do understand wanting to fit in with them and all of that, and knowing how when I would run a story to them about what me and some girl had done, you know, like, you know that the shit that you're doing is getting a validation of these niggas, and that is the goal, to get their validation. Right? So when she's sitting up here talking this shit to me, I'm just like, you sound like it almost sounds like, are you about to tell me that a girl had sex she didn't want to have and you stopped her from going home? Because you know what that sound like, right? And you really want to make sure that these girls do what you told those niggas that they were going to do. And that's why I said this is what it is. That's why I was like, okay, she trolling. Is she trolling right now? Is this trolling? Is this trolling?
Ain't no way, niggas with packs, niggas with big ass chain, big ass watch. I'm sleepy. Okay, let's keep going. We get in the club, we in the section, Trent sat down. Guess who paid for our hookah? My homeboy Money. He got us the section. All of us, he was with his girl too, mind you. He was originally with hoes. He wasn't generally with us. He was already with his girl and his hoes. Boom. They all came together. He got 2 sections. He personally got a section for me and Trent and our friends. And behind us was his girl. Watch the video. I don't gotta lie to y'all. I don't smoke or drink. I'm not high and I'm not on narcotics. At Trent, she never seen me sip a liquor.
And that's another thing. That's another thing, right? Oh, so you don't drink, you don't do drugs. Aha. Why is that? Why you want to stay clear out here? Cause you watching, cause you lurking.
Narcotics. No, Deja, I want to talk to your weird ass too, ho. Let's go. I'm for the violent hoes today. We in the section. My homeboy asked me and Trent, do you need anything? I order us a hookah. Now we're blowing the hookah, right? The bottles come out. It says spin that shit. He got us our own personal bottles. And he got his bitch and his hoes behind us. They own bottles, right? The flower man came. And I told my homeboy Money don't know who the fuck Trent is on my mama. He don't know what the fuck going on. I said, yeah, Money, this, let me tell you, Trent, how your broke ass nigga Raw ain't a real genuine ass nigga. Everything is about, I'm not spending shit on bitch because you can't spend it. You're tight. You're tight. You so tight your wallet can't even come out your pocket, bitch. That's how tight you is. Whole ass nigga. My homeboy Money, I said, yeah, my homeboy, so he know who I hang with for real. He said, who this is? I said, it's my homegirl from Atlanta. And Jerry, he asked who the lady with the strap is, right? He didn't know them. He like, who is this? I told him they're from Atlanta. This is real honest truth. I don't smoke or drink, and I'm not on narcotics. You with me? I said she from Atlanta. I'm trying to show her a good time. All right, 30 minutes later, my homeboy see a flower man. He brought Trent 2 flowers as a welcome. You see what niggas I hang with and live around? I told that nigga he's from Atlanta. That nigga didn't, honey bun, he didn't have to do that. He got Trent 2 flowers less than 30 minutes, but you hanging around raw broke ass, got you eating grits and Shrek in the car. The fuck? Relax. No, I'm not relaxing. Calm down. I wish you nigga would. Put me in the car. She's texting.
So yeah, we don't need to really see more of this. We don't really need to see more of this. We get the gist. I feel like I've proven my point. Have I not? And you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say at the end of the day, like I said at the very beginning when they were talking, PSYOP, promoting degeneracy, woo lady, harm young girls, Kai Sanat, light misogyny, trolling represents exaggerated reality. And also when people are online talking about why Black women are to be perceived as dirty and all of that, is because they're assigning certain things to women that have those types of personality types. And that shit annoys me. Okay? Yeah, because everybody's trying to find somebody else to exploit for personal gain, because that's the system that we live in. The system that we live in doesn't care about anything. It only cares about exploiting you and your labor in one way or another. Thank you. Thank you. I can't spell. I knew it was wrong. Thank you. Child, I wouldn't have won the spelling bee. Nah, if I was actually not on the internet, I probably would have spelled that right. Okay. But y'all know, a bitch being here focusing on 5 million things at one time just start spelling shit how it sound. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Correction. I spelled the rest of my words right, child. I spelled degeneracy right. You know how hard it is to spell degeneracy, all them fucking E's and N's? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the correction. And it was a light correction too. She didn't say, bitch, you spelled it wrong. She just put it right. I was like, oh, okay, you right. My bad. Just spelling shit how it sound. Hooked on phonics. Anyway, all right, y'all. Let's move on from there. So let's get to how y'all be talking to me in these comments, because and see, it's just so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate. I love this whiteness. Girl, what? White. What's going on? Let's see. So this is my video, right? What they did this episode is they conflated two situations in order to come to the same result, which is that it's Shamia's fault. And the funny part about it is I just want to bring to you guys' attention how many of y'all were like, no. And now that we're at the reunion, they're actually saying this. And they're doing it right in front of you. Like, there was so much projection happening in this episode. It was a lot of interesting language that people who don't read books would be using. It's very interesting. Portia, I would like to say that I feel like it is the same thing. I feel like it's manipulation and it's isolation. Sounds like you heard somebody say that this is what y'all were doing to Shamia, and now you're framing it as if that's what Shamia was trying to do with K. That's what I thought you meant. I actually quite enjoyed watching your best attempts to lie about what y'all have been doing this entire season while doing this. They were working in tandem the entire time. I feel gaslit when I'm watching that side of the couch talk. Portia was projecting for dear God in that moment. Yes, Shamia has a certain desperation to be liked. It is sometimes a controlling mechanism. Absolutely. Do I feel like Shamia intends to isolate K. Michelle from the rest of the group? No, I do not. I feel like Shamia is somebody that y'all have thrown into the fucking lake to drown, and she's trying to grab on to whoever is closest by for some goddamn reprieve. Because when people gaslight you to this extent, you're being gaslit by several different people at the exact same time. That will really play with your mental. And I think that it's okay for Shamia to ask somebody to please be loyal to me. Please don't flip on me, because it is easy to fall prey to pressure. It's easy to eventually find a way to make Shamia the bad guy so that you can be a little bit more on the other couch's side moving forward, because you see that that is what is in your best interest, because you couldn't take that ass whooping that they was giving you on the internet. And that's cool, okay? But that's what happened. In my humble opinion, babe, they whipped my ass on the internet. Andy impressed me. Now I know what I have to do in order to, tally this out and balance this out and get back in everybody's good graces. And that's to basically throw Shamia out there to dry by conflating two situations. And then acting as if Shamia was lying when you didn't name one thing that Shamia was lying about. Now, while you might have been correct that she was trying to make sure that you were on her side, the alliances had already happened. So the fact that Portia tried to make it seem like this moment is the beginning of the alliance, girl, no the fuck it was not. It actually happened organically because you couldn't wait to throw Kelly out there as fucking some. So you did that in front of K. Michelle, and then you did that you do where you play dumb and act like the shady comments that you're making. Girl, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, I have to give it to the. She is really good at this terrible job. Hey, the looks is half the battle, right? But that slick, that playing quiet while putting batteries in people's backs, right? You already have the halo effect going for you. But to me, like, for people to ignore the way Portia will like throw the little seeds out here or there, are we really gonna act like we don't think that Portia is the credible source that told Angela that Shamia is fucking everybody? She knows she can't throw that out there herself. She know how that's gonna look. So it's easier to throw it off on one of the desperate ones that want to make sure that they on the right side, on the right couch, so that they can continue to get their check and be on the right side of all the fans. Because y'all was in Angela's at first. And as soon as y'all realized how much of a lapdog Angela was gonna be for Portia, now all of a sudden Portia's puddles are raining down on Angela's hot ass, cooling her the fuck off. It's great work. I give it to you. So that was my commentary. One of the people, one of the stubbies, okay, like it ain't no tea, no shade, came into the comments and said, I have to be watching a different show. LOL. We're usually on the same side, Bondy, but I swear I don't see what you see in Shamia. And I said to this person, it's not what I see in Shamia. It's about what I see everyone else doing, which is what my commentary is actually about. And that's what I'm explaining, right? I'm explaining why I feel the way I feel. I'm using examples of the times that things have happened in order for me to have formed the opinion that I have, right? And I often feel like y'all don't want to be honest about the reason why you feel that, you know, I'm so wrong. And it's merely because I'm not on Portia's side. And you want me to be on Portia's side. And I feel the pressure to change my commentary to something that is more favorable to Portia in order to get y'all off my back. It's not actually about, oh, Shamia is a victim and Shamia, you know, it's not even about that. Like, I'm always critiquing the things that Shamia is doing in the moment. I've been critiquing Shamia since last season. So when somebody then comments, because this is what I wanted to talk about, how y'all like to come together in my comments to talk shit about me as if I'm not reading the comments, right? This other person said, it's astounding how she's allowing herself to sound for the sake of defending the underdog. I ask, how did I sound? Let me see. I don't see how they haven't responded back to tell me how I sound. I'm not sure how I sound to other people when I say these things. All I know is I can only tell you how my mind comes up with the shit. I can't have your opinion. I'm not in your mind, okay? I can only have the opinion that I have. I'm very sorry that a lot of y'all don't agree with me about this situation. However, none of you ever really give me a real response that argues with anything that I say in order for me to change my mind in the first place. And most of the time, y'all won't be able to change my mind anyway, because the amount of watching, making notes, reviewing shows, recapping, the amount of that I've done, you're not going to convince me of something from, you know, from your seat as somebody that casually watches a reality show and likes the pretty person. Like, come on. I have more of an education in this than you. That's how I feel. And I feel like a lot of times you guys' opinion comes from the fact that you just like the person that you like and you want everybody's opinion to align with the person that you like. That's just what it is. I don't feel that way. This is not about me liking Shamia so much. This is about me watching what Portia's doing, watching what Angela's doing, watching how Cynthia and Drew are adding in little comments, adding in a Phaedra, validating things that Portia's saying, and we still don't have any evidence of it. I'm actually talking about what these people specifically are doing in order for me to feel this way. I'm not looking at Shamia like, oh my God, I just feel so bad for Shamia. Poor Shamia. She's so perfect in every situation. I can't see why they're doing this. That is not my commentary. That is not what the fuck I said. And then, for the sake of defending the underdog. And it makes me feel like you're aware of the imbalance that's happening between Portia and Shamia and how the public and Andy and all of them are kind of on one side for the most part. You're acknowledging the imbalance by saying she's the quote unquote underdog. You're recognizing the imbalance at the same time as admonishing me for not liking said imbalance. Which goes back to the fact that I don't like fucking bullies. I don't like liars. I don't like dumb shit. And I damn sure don't like when y'all beat up on people and it's not really that deserving. Especially when there are worse people around and y'all just look the other way. Yeah, no, I don't like that. That'd be hypocritical as fuck. That works on my nerves. I'm very consistent. I'm very consistent because last year, who was I defending? Drew Sidora. because Portia did the same thing to her. And I felt like it was fucked up that season. And so I defended Drew Sidora. This season, Drew Sidora told me personally that everything that happened in season 16 was Shamia's fault, not Portia's. As if I'm fucking slow or something. That's what Drew said to me personally. It's not my opinion. It's not what I've come up with. This is what somebody said to me. And I don't know what world we're living in where everything was Shamia and not Portia, but at the reunion, you had to make up with Portia because Portia said you fucked Dennis for tracks. Yeah, Shamia helped her bring your husband on to have a conversation and laughed like the pick me she be acting like the lap dog we called her. We all called her a lap dog. So that's why when people act like I'm just, I don't understand why she thinks this way. I don't understand why she feels this way. I don't know if she knows how she sounds. Girl, what? As if my opinion, with all of its explanation, is just so ridiculous because I don't like Portia. Somebody said, I'm with you 100%. They're playing in our faces with this shit. Definitely built an alliance against Shamia to get her off the show. And Portia Stooges was down with it. And now K. Michelle done followed suit. All season she was in Shamia corner. Then she seen that the fans and everybody was against her. She decided to let me slide on over to that other couch and using Shamia friends that's not on the show to make her point why she not fucking with Shamia. This person obviously understood exactly what the fuck I meant, and they understood it. They just gave their own rendition of it that I find perfect. So I'm not exactly sure how. Hey Ziva, I was just talking about you earlier, girl. I watched that movie you told me to watch. But yeah, I'm just like, so if other people can see it as well, I don't know why people are talking to me like I'm just being fucking ridiculous, especially when the things that they say don't actually argue against my point. It doesn't really argue against my point specifically. It just says, I don't agree with you. And so now I'm going to act like your opinion is stupid. Like, that's how y'all be trying to do me. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so upsetting. But, okay. And so K. Michelle, I think, knows that we were talking about how, girl, you did not say what Shamia lied about on the reunion. What are you talking about? And so K. Michelle came to us to explain on live. Let's take a listen.
So you go out to eat, a couple other people go, and your friend, Shamia, calls me and she says, hey, we're done with the concert. So get this right. We dropped Shamia off at the concert, okay? Why? This is where she says, I asked to go. Y'all, I don't mean no disrespect, but look at me. Think about how I act. I have a blast. People, you just have to know me. Y'all know damn well I ain't asked to go to no Charlie Wilson concert with no candy.
So why didn't you say that back when this was mentioned a while ago? Y'all, please let me know. Let me know if I'm tripping. But Shamia had already said, Kay asked if she could go with me. I was with Candy. She asked me if she could come with, and I said, girl, you know these people don't fuck with you. And so I'm honestly annoyed because I feel like now you're trying to act like that, like, girl, I didn't ask her if I could go with her. I didn't ask her that. And it also kind of just, she lied about that. Even if she did, how would that change anything? What would that mean? Shamia's a liar. Okay. How, girl, how does that play into this situation where you feel like she was trying to isolate you?
For what? No disrespect, but for what? Like, okay? None at all. Oh, let's get on the phone call first, right? So, when her mama leaves and we all leave this club this night, so you go out to eat. I'm like, I never want to hang with this lady again. Something is wrong, okay? So, I'm staying my distance. She calls me and say, hi, Candy knew that I was saying that or whatever. I said, what, Shamia? What? Well, I was just saying, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, because you was upset or you was crying. I was just saying that y'all would get along so much. Y'all would be the best of friends. Y'all talented, you're pretty, she like you, you like her. I'm like, what does this have to do? Why are you being messy, Shamia? What are we even talking about? Yes, this is a pretty woman. Yes, she has success.
How is this messy? Can y'all tell me how exactly is this messy right now? I also feel like K. Michelle purposefully tells stories in a way that makes them, not clear. She knows how to tell a story in a way that's clear. And she purposefully doesn't tell the whole story and just kind of infuses how she feels about it into the dialogue. Girl, what are you saying?
And this lady have never had a problem. We're in the music industry. We've never had a problem in over 10 years. So what? I'm like, So what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing telling her and telling them, Rashida and them, telling these girls that I want to hang with them?
So y'all was at the club. She was leaving to go be with Candy. She says, you was like, well, why I can't come? And she was like, girl, I'm going to meet Candy. You know them people and how, that whole clique and how that situation is. K. Michelle is saying that didn't happen. Fast forward to after they separate, Shamia calling K. Michelle because she was upset to apologize because, to tell her it's not like I'm trying to shit on you or anything and say that they're above you or anything. You're amazing. And, I'm sure you and Candy will really get along because it's not really you and Candy with the issue. It's the whole Rashida situation, right? Rashida's stubborn. So to me, I feel like I'm still confused what's happening here.
Out of all of these years, I done got away from that. You didn't come into my life. And you telling these girls I'm asking to hang with them? You out your fucking mind. You are out of your mind. So I'm telling her, I never said that. I never asked you. I never asked you to go to where I don't even talk about these women.
You do talk about them. No, you call them the mean girls of Atlanta. Girl, you... Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. She always sorry. I'm sorry. I just wanted us to be cool. All to be cool. You wanted us to be cool. I don't have no problem with these women.
So Shamia wanted to bring everybody together so that y'all could get along. And this means that Shamia is messy and is lying. Okay?
But I don't want to be their friend either.
Okay. That's
I got my friends.
Okay.
So what are you doing? And the heck and the trauma and the years of therapy, even being shook up about being in this group, still is a lot to me. It's a lot for me. And you take that to try to hook me up with them without me asking you?
So I'm trying to understand what happened in order for Shamia to have, how did you find out that Shamia wanted y'all to all get together? Is it because she was on the phone saying that you and Candy would get along? Because it's being broke up in a way where I'm confused about how we got there.
Yeah, that's a bit much. Leave me out of it. So by the time I get to the TV show and we being asked questions, that's when I say, I don't want to hear no more about no candy coated nights. Candy coated cliques. That's when that happened, and I said that there wasn't no disrespect towards Candy. It was just, I'm tired of Shamia talking about this to me. Why is she making this such a big issue? Me and these girls don't.
Bondy, you don't see the plot to bring Candy back? Do we need a plot in order for people to want to bring Candy back? Like, I've been said I wanted Candy back on the show. I felt like we've been said that Candy needed to come back since when the Shamia shit first started happening. Because everybody was acting like Shamia wasn't also Candy's friend and another person that spoke up on her behalf to get her on the show. So you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I'm being tricked or anything. Like, I think it's obvious that people want Candy to come back to the show. But I don't think Candy really wants to right now. I guess we'll find out. I have some more clips to go through. But I don't know what that has to do with what we talking about right now with K. Michelle. Like, I don't think it's like, oh, it's a scheme that Todd set up for Candy to come back to the show. We don't need a scheme for Candy to come back to the show. She's already friends with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like an obvious thing to me.
Have a problem. And the heck.
I believe the whole cast is in cahoots for ratings. I mean, ultimately, yes. Ultimately, absolutely. But do I believe that what's happening between Shamia and Portia is not real? Nah, I don't. People's mamas and kids have been brought into this situation. I believe that what's happening between Shamia and Portia is real. I do. And I feel like, of course, everybody wants the show to be successful, and mess means that the show is successful. But when you say that, it implies that we don't see that Portia is trying to get Shamia off the show and doesn't want. To me, we're still seeing that. So no, I don't think they're all working in tandem, because to me, I think Portia is still trying to get Shamia off the show. That was made obvious to me when she decided to tweet that shit about Shamia lying about Andy.
And the trauma and the years of therapy.
Hold up.
Even being Shamia, why do you want this problem so bad? Now, yesterday I watched someone.
Why do you want this problem so bad? I'm just confused about how trying to bring people together is messy. I guess, I mean, you would, a fight was gonna happen off camera? Like, I don't know. Like, and then she's like, why are you keep making this a thing? And it's like, hey, for you to act like you did not speak about these people, for you to act like you didn't talk about the Mean Girls of Atlanta before you named Candy Coated Clique, like, it implies that you haven't talked about this all on your own, and you have.
And tell another woman, this lady is a journalist, supposed to be. Which, her job, I could have had that job. This lady's a journalist, so she say. I'm going to call her.
Why is that important that you could have had the job as a radio host, K. Michelle? What was that? Where did that come from? What was that about?
Cheap labor writer. And she asks another young woman. Well, she tells her, you know K. Michelle said. Girl, if you don't get somewhere and finish your...
It's messy. Those women denied K's abuse. Of course it is. Of course it is. But Candy didn't specifically say the thing. Toya and Rashida did, and Candy is sticking beside her friends. And Rashida really needs to apologize. So I think Toya has maybe already said something. It's been so long, I can't remember. But I still feel like, regardless, K. Michelle is using these things to frame Shamia in a certain light, when it's like, I don't think it's actually that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, K. Michelle is really good at using the exact words and shit like that in order to frame it a certain way. Like, she likes to play semantics. I learned that in that reunion show. And that's what this feels like to me. It's like you're trying to come up with a reason for why Shamia is being this, like, behind the scenes nefarious person. And I think that's really just being done so that you could liken yourself to Portia and to the fans. That's what I really think this is about at the end of the day. And I'm not mad about it, but I think K. Michelle is being disingenuous in some manner.
Breakfast and read a book. K. Michelle said. What K. Michelle say? What she said? K. Michelle say, that you a mean girl. Now, when did I say that, bitch? When? When did I say that?
Y'all, are we in a Twilight Zone? Did she not mention what she went through with the Mean Girls of Atlanta when she got emotional the first couple of episodes of this season? Have I lost my mind?
Just when did I say that? Go read. Shamia, why do you go read something? Sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. So, the other person responds back. Oh, we've seen her. And and she's a mean girl.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you saying?
First place, I'm about to be stunning you. Think you're a great writer, great artist. You do shows together, you and Scapegoat, I go, and vice versa. And we sing those songs. Really don't have a problem with you. Really even respect your business. But you were so quick. Soon as she told you, Kay said this about you.
First the fuck all, Candy commented on that radio show about being called a mean girl. That was happening on the show. You talked about this shit on the show. And now you're framing it like Shamia called Candy and told Candy this, and then Candy responded, when that's not really what happened. That had been said several times on the show before Candy finally responded to it the other day. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she be like taking stuff and kind of conflating it all to create like a narrative. And it's not a complete lie, but it's also not in order.
Didn't even give me the benefit of the doubt. Go read something. Sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. So, the other person responds back. Oh, we've seen her. And and she's a mean girl. First place, I'm about to be stunning you.
So, I see Diva said that Kay was misquoted. Okay. I missed whatever the direct quote was, but I do feel like we had already determined that it was a Mean Girl squad, and the Mean Girl squad had Candy in them in it. That's what I thought we understood from way back when.
Think you're a great writer, great artist. You wanted to say something about me crazy, because you said it too quick. But that's okay. I still respect you. I'm still a woman. You wanted to say something about me crazy.
She said, I guess this is in response to Candy, right? She's saying that Candy wanted to say something bad about her. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else? Was there another clip?
I know what you told me. And she like, no. I said, no, I know what you told me. And I had one cup of Jack Daniels, so I knew I was mad. So she said, I was like this. Man, I hopped up. I was like this. You're a little lying something. Like you'll do anything to people. You make up stuff. You forget what you said. You apologize real quick after you done the damage and forget what you said. I've been here riding so hard for you. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you, Shamia. Nobody. But what do? Soon as I wouldn't say what you wanted me to say, or you got scared because, honey, I can vindicate some things. But see, I don't want to have to do that. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you keep playing with me, I got a person I need to ask.
You yourself said you understood that Kay was referring to Rashida and Toya. Yes, but Kandi is a part of that clique. She is a part of that clique. And didn't she say the Candy Coated Mean Girls or the Candy Coated Clique or some shit like that? Like, I know I'm not tripping. And Shamia said, I'm going to meet with Kandi. And it was like, I'm very, very confused. I'm confused right now for a second. But to act as if I'm saying something I'm not saying, like, don't piss me off, please. Like, I understand that these people are being grouped together, but I think K. Michelle was always grouping them together. Yes, I pointed out that her anger was probably specifically towards Rashida and Toya, absolutely. But because Kandi is going to stand beside them, that now includes her. That's what I said.
And see, and unlike them, they've known you for years and years, and they want to,
Yes, Kay plays semantics. Because she didn't specifically say Candy's name, now we can act like Kandi was not being included in the clique that Rashida and Toya are in. But I think we all know that all of them people are in the clique, and you were referring to their entire clique. And I'm just still trying to understand how this frames Shamika like just this terrible person, and now you saying you could set something straight. I wish y'all would stop threatening and just say what the fuck it is then. She indeed said Candy Coated Clique. Okay. I thought she did. I thought that because we were reviewing this show as it was happening. So at first we were just talking about Mean Girls. And then at some point, she actually says the Candy Coated Clique. To me, I don't feel like I'm confused. I feel like K. Michelle is purposefully switching shit up and being obtuse so that she can move herself to the other couch, girl. That's just all this is to me. And that's also why she left the door open to make up with Shamia, because she knows what she's doing.
Save you. Honey, it ain't even been a whole year. And I done seen who you are. I ain't no snitch, but don't push me. All right? It's never because I'm being petty. I'll leave you alone, let you go on your way. If I stop talking to you, it probably something. Sit on a radio station and act like you was, I was in a physical attack. Really, Karen? me hopping up, slapping the table, doing this, saying you a liar and you need to get it together? No, I'm cool. And that's one thing I am. And I take a lot. She crazy. And I can't be a mean girl the way I was bullied through this city about abuse. Tell people.
You can absolutely be a mean girl and still be treated badly about abuse, because everybody is male centered. And even though you can be a mean girl, the man will still matter more than you. So yeah, you can be a mean girl and be abused. A lot of mean girls are abused. I would say the way that Rashida was treated in her relationship and that age difference they keep lying about, yeah, I would say that she's definitely a victim of some form of abuse. Grooming for sure. And she's one of the loudest protectors. We just found out that Reminiscence was over there being pimped out by Papoose. She's one of the main proponents for defending a man that's been accused of something.
Not to do my hair. Laughing at me like the scarlet letter was on my back when I was in Atlanta. Yeah, so we're going to stop that. I don't take no mess. But I love people.
On some level, yeah.
We'll give people any and everything. So, I learned my lesson.
Okay. She learned her lesson. Let me see. I really hate that y'all are this fooled by Shamia. Real Housewives of Atlanta fans know that Shamia has been planting seeds against Portia since season 9 or 10, sharing her business texts with her ops at the time, throwing rocks and hiding her hands. What Kay is saying isn't off par with Shamia's history. So this comment to me, This is what a lot of y'all feel, and I just feel like I don't understand how y'all can see that Shamia has done that to Portia and not be able to see how Portia has been a bad friend to Shamia. I don't see that. I don't understand how that's happening. Because to me, I honestly don't agree with this. But even if you do agree with this history, then why are you ignoring the fact that Portia has done terrible things and was not really that good of a friend to Shamia? Okay. Let's see. Y'all acting like Shamia didn't dig this hole for herself. It's wild. Okay, so this sounds like blaming somebody for how everybody is receiving them right now. So this is all her fault. Okay, cool. When y'all say that Shamia brought this on herself, I will have to go back to Cynthia saying that. And then I'll have to go back to how did she bring y'all saying she fucking everybody onto herself? I would love for y'all to explain that to me. She seems to be on the bandwagon to ride with Portia. Not Kay saying Shamia was wrong for apologizing. What you supposed to do when you're wrong and there is a misunderstanding? She wants Shamia to fight. That was another thing. You framed an apology about upsetting you as somebody trying to be a go-between. You trying to set me up to be friends with these people? Girl, what the fuck? Let's see. For the people who've watched the show only, did you notice almost every other scene K. Michelle talked about Shamia's wealth? I doubt very seriously that Shamia would do anything in front of K. Michelle to jeopardize her marriage. K. Michelle is known for over-dramatizing her stories. These girls would love to see Shamia's marriage end. Bottom line, at the end of the day, they all wish they could live that lifestyle. I mean, they all have made comments about Shamia and how she has jobs that she doesn't need and she wants to be a breadwinner and she don't need to be, almost like they resent her for having a rich husband and still wanting to work. It's a very odd thing that's happening. And let me be clear, to respond to what Diva said in the comments, I don't think that K. Michelle is being a follower just for the sake of being a follower, kind of the way I think some of the other women are. No. What she wants to do is come in and take Portia's spot. That's what this is the setup for, if you ask me. And I feel like Shamia is like a casualty of this war. And we just don't see that it's happening just yet. But I believe that what K. Michelle is doing, because I think K. Michelle's natural reaction to defend Shamia was the honest reaction. And then when I think she saw how the group was moving, how the fans were moving, how Andy and them were moving, then you decide, you know what? I'm going to have to change how I work so that I can make sure I come back for another season. And I'm going to come after that bitch. But I have to play my position in order to do that. That is what I think K. Michelle is doing. That's what I think. And yeah, that's what I said though. So from the beginning, I said this was her doing this because it's in her best interest. I don't think she doesn't think that Portia is a bimbo. I think she very much thinks that. But this is the thing to do in the moment to eventually come for Portia's spot. So Kareem, the K. Michelle and Shamia fallout is a learning lesson. Never befriend a person who is best friends with your enemies, because I would never. Never. She has caused this whole mess. As a person who will take accountability, I didn't do anything to Shamia and really didn't do nothing to no Candy. I just care enough. So to me, this tweet right here where she says she caused this whole mess, and I'm assuming that she means Shamia, this sounds like how Drew was talking to me about last season and saying that it was all Shamia's fault. And I'm just like, okay, so if that's what we want to do, Shamia is behind the scenes. She's the master manipulator. She can't make us like her, but she's the master manipulator that is orchestrating all of this mess behind the scenes. That's cool. I'll go along with that. Well, I'll go along with that. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to remember, based on what the people say, it is always Shamia's fault. K Michelle, actually, I didn't say any. K Michelle, actually, I didn't say that. Excuse me. Kempire said, in all fairness, I don't think K Michelle was calling Candy a mean girl. She was calling her friends. And then he said, not your mean self being fair. You're absolutely right. I've been calling the same two girls mean girls for years. Actually, I didn't say that, but that lady did say you was Tigger's side piece, and that was her comments. We saw that.
Women that Kay is speaking about are not a part of the friend group.
Okay.
So
Candy and Rashida and Toya Johnson tell you not to hang out with K Michelle.
No, but everybody know that what the history is with them, right? So when I was headed to Chastain, she was like, where you going? Who you mean? I'm not meeting with Candy. Why y'all invite me to come? So I'm like, well, girl, you know. Like, now you know damn well, like, Candy and Rashida, Candy's loyal to a fault. She's not gonna, like, I never said Candy hates you, she don't like you.
What did you say?
I never said, exactly, now you know, I'm going to meet Candy. I mean, come on. And so when I went there, even with Candy, I was like, Kay wanted to come. She was like, nah, I'm not, I can't do that. I mean, I like her, but I can't, Rashida is my girl. And that was that. I didn't even think it was an issue. But then, of course, Kay's thing is like, oh, you keep telling me that your friends don't like me and they...
So tell me exactly what you said to K Michelle for her to walk away with that statement.
I told her that, Kay, regardless of whether or not you have beef with any of the people that I'm friends with, I don't care about that. I'm your friend. I want to get to know you for myself. Can't nobody tell me who to be friends with. They can't tell me to be friends with you.
Candy and...
Yeah, I think that this is a situation where K Michelle is just using this situation with Shamia in order to get cool with the other side and all of that. That's just really what and get back in good with the fans and Andy and all of that. That's what I feel like this is. I'm sorry. Because this situation is being blown out of proportion and conflated in a way that feels like Kay is like, this wasn't an issue at first. It wasn't an issue until now. Now it's an issue. I'm just trying to live my best life, and every other week my name gets dragged into some bullshit because it.
Oh, Lord.
So Shamia and her mother come to go to the club. It's like 2 in the morning. Girl.
They did not come to the club.
Baby, Shamia mama came in her white suit with them titties pushed up to her chin. I don't know a mama like that, but I ain't knocking it. We're literally like this, and her mother is holding my hand. Like,
not y'all praying in the club.
Basically, it went on for over an hour. You say to me, and I just hope you be loyal to me. I hope you be my friend because none of my friends want me to be your friend. So when I got to the car, I'm literally crying by then.
You was crying?
Yeah, because you keep
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
That's not right.
I have Shamia back more than anything. But for
Okay, so what K Michelle is saying is I didn't ask if I can go with you to go be with Candy. Okay, so that's the lie. Okay, Shamia's lying about that. I didn't actually, she just said to me, please be my friend because my other friends don't want me to be friends with you. So I'm doing you a favor by being your friend. Yeah, okay. I see what she's saying. And I still feel like you had an issue, but I really do feel like it was more so about the group. I feel like Shamia's story is wholly made up. The part about her saying I'm about to go and her saying I want to come and she saying no, you can't go because I'm going with Candy. And then y'all saying, so basically we don't know whether we believe that Kay didn't ask or that she did ask. But to me, this is such a minuscule thing to focus on when at the end of the day, I don't feel like Shamia is trying to muscle you into being her friend. I think that she's desperate to be liked in this situation because everybody is coming at her. And I think that she was basically like begging for somebody to stay on her side. K Michelle, because she's very, I feel like, insecure when it comes to this Mean Girls of Atlanta situation. I feel like she be taking shit personal that is not meant for her to take personal. And I feel like we saw that throughout the entire season. So to me, I just kind of feel like Shamia probably said exactly what K Michelle said she said. I don't feel like K Michelle is lying exactly, but I also feel like you're framing it in a certain way in order to make it seem like Shamia is being nefarious. And I don't feel like she is. So if it happened the way K Michelle says it happened, where she said, oh, girl, please, be my friend and be loyal to me because, girl, I'm going through it and I'm over here, being friends with you when my other friends don't even want me to be friends with you. So please be on my side on this. Say she said that, right? Okay, cool. K. Michelle's feelings were hurt by that, right? So then Shamia calls, I'm sorry, Kay, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. That wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all would get along and maybe we should, get a little situation where y'all can all make up because I didn't mean it like that. Then that starts to become framed as, don't you be speaking to these women and talking about me with them? And it turns into that. So to me, I don't feel like Shamia was trying to start any mess. In all honesty, I felt like Shamia really was trying to maybe bring K Michelle in with the other friend group so they can have like more support. You know what I'm saying? She could have more support from both friend groups, right? Because if y'all not upset that I'm hanging with her and we can all hang together, that means it's more people to go against the other couch. That I believe, possibly, yes. And I also I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it because I feel like Portia and that side of the couch came up with their alliance before the season even started. I believe they came up with their alliance before the season even started. They had a head start to where Pinky, K. Michelle coming in new and Shamia is coming in as a people pleaser trying to see if she could eventually get to a better place with her mean ass friend that wasn't never really her friend. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still going to go ahead and believe that, right here. And it's not that I necessarily want to be on Shamia's side. I just feel like this is all very convenient and K. Michelle is being confusing to me. And so where there is no clarity, I'm just going to stick to what I see as the bigger picture thing that's happening here because I believe that that's the truth. The bigger picture shit is the actual truth. And I do believe you made that a bigger situation than it actually was so that you can frame Shamia like the bad guy, right? You needed to frame her that way so that you could kind of kick off some of the people, the fans that was eating your ass up, right? I'm a little bit more on Portia's side. I'm going against Shamia. I'm kissing Andy's ring. I'm doing everything I need to do so I can come back next season and have a better shot at taking over this shit. So yeah, Shamia said if people are ganging up against one person, believe the one person. That one person is probably a huge threat and carries a spirit of truth. Yeah, Shamia, yeah. But a spirit of truth? Stop talking like your fucking mama. Shit. And somebody in the comments said, Shamia, we watched you lie 16 times this season. Please. And I'm just like, and this is where we're obviously watching two different shows. Because I would love for somebody to tell me when are the 16 times that Shamia lied. If y'all are saying that Shamia lied 16 times, and y'all want to use this one K. Michelle example because we don't know whether K. Michelle asked to go out with her and Candy or she didn't, that could be a lie. Cool. Can y'all please explain to me where else Shamia has lied 16 times? Because people say these things and I'm just kind of like, is that what happened? Because that it doesn't feel like that's what happened. She might have lied 2 times. But I feel like the people who have actually been lying more so than anybody else has been Portia, who's been lying on other people's coochies. And who else? And Angela. Angela's been lying a lot.
I can vindicate some things. But see, I don't want to have to do that. But I'm going to tell you one thing.
Saying that Pinky was eating meat. I don't know if that was a lie because she didn't really say that. She didn't say that Pinky ate meat just from out of her own mouth. Phaedra, you know what Phaedra said that insinuated that the girl was eating meat when she was selling it. And then Kelly is the one that said because she saw her at the steakhouse, she thought she was eating steak. And honestly, even if she was like low-key shading Phaedra, fuck Phaedra. When it comes to Shamia. Like, the girl, you know them people don't like each other because Phaedra was over there. Yeah, people pleasers tend to be liars because they don't like people being mad at them. This is true. But because she had those canned reads, everyone eats her up. Everybody lying, Kay included. Yeah, I'm just trying to, listen, okay, she lied about steak. She lied about candy. She lied about Candy, you know, if K. Michelle asked Candy. That's 2 lies. I don't know. I just feel like the amount of times that she was accused of fucking people completely outweigh any of the lies that she told. But, you know. But Phaedra was extra with serving meat, honey. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She absolutely was. She used to sell meat. Yeah, girl. Like, I was just like, okay. All right, we're going to act like that wasn't supposed to be some tea being spilled. Shamia reflects a genuine housewife, while others been divorced twice, 2 of them and the other of them and the other 2 one child. That was, yeah, we know. Kimberly can honestly shut the fuck up trying to insinuate that Shamia is cheating on her husband. Shamia hasn't done anything that damn egregious for them to be trying to ruin her marriage and family. And that's another thing. Like, what's the goal? What we doing here? Why are people acting like Shamia is the lone liar on the show? And that's why it's like, I even said in the DMs to the girls, I said, I'm actually tired of y'all creating this situation for me to have to keep defending Shamia. Because I hate when I have to defend somebody because for me, right is right, wrong is wrong type of shit. And I feel like y'all wrong for how this situation is kind of being handled and shit. And what's being done. Because I feel like y'all don't have what she has to lose. So constantly trying to put her in a situation to actually lose her marriage and all of that. That's another component of this that I'm like, what are we trying to do here? And why is that okay? Like what? Yeah, to me, Angela and Portia are the worst liars on the show. So I still don't understand. But I'm gonna let y'all have it. Because I genuinely am tired of this conversation. And I'm low-key thinking about not reviewing this shit next season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure I'll change my mind by the time I get to next season because they be gone for so long and give you a chance to forget how aggravating it was. But y'all act like I haven't done it before. I haven't been back to review Real Housewives of Potomac since Candace left. And I told y'all I wouldn't. So, y'all, for me, I can really not talk about your fucking ass, me. Like, I'm getting to that point with this. So, Kelly was on the Spelling Bee show, and I love this idea, first of all, because niggas can't read, so we need y'all to be able to spell. Y'all saw me spelling psyop wrong earlier. So, yeah, we need help. The typing has fucked up our memory of words. I be reading, bitch, and I still be writing shit wrong. Be looking at words that spell right. Like, does this look right to you? Is this how they're supposed to be spelled?
What they say? Say it again.
You know what happened? They just made us aware that we've done the best of any team that has played this game. Meaning, no team that has played the spell off so far has won 27 points except for our team.
Do you know what that means, guys? It means that she needs to come back to RHOA.
What? How did she get that?
Causation versus correlation.
I thought that was so good.
Girl.
What y'all think?
Girl.
Let's see in the comments. Let's see in the comments what y'all think.
Girl, you could have got 2 women.
What they say?
This was cute. I need to see that episode of that Spelling Bee show, girl. And then Kelly was on the radio with that same lady that y'all keep going in on.
Did K. Michelle try to get up and fight Shamia?
Well, somebody on this cast actually tried to fight me. Like, knuck if you buck.
No, look, physical.
We know she was talking about K. Michelle.
The picture as if this was
K. Michelle said she jumped up and got in her face. So I don't know why we're acting like Shamia is lying, but okay.
was a mock cross-examination that Shamia was doing at the dinner. So what happened at the dinner? Kelly, you were there.
Was I there?
And then she drinks her coffee, y'all. Yes, you were there, Kelly.
How's your morning going? You having a good morning?
I'm having a great morning.
Awesome, me too.
Yo, why is this lady always feeling so shady? What is wrong with this big Tigger lady? Yo, this big Tigger lady be acting real shady.
Did K. Michelle try to get up and fight Shamia? Okay.
Girl, this coffee's so hot.
My
She said, no comment. So you're not going to tell us nothing about what happened. That's fine. That's okay. That's all right. When I asked her why she didn't say anything while she was sitting in between Shamia and... How come you didn't say anything?
Because what I was explaining to you is, even though we met for dinner and they had this whole situation, it wasn't about me. It had nothing to do with me. I just so happened to be there, right? And I want to give both of these ladies, I love them both, and shout out to my bestie Shamia. Love her dearly. I want them to be able to take the time to figure it out on their own without me, right? And then if I need to come in and say whatever it is I need to say, or, you know, speak on what I witnessed and speak on, you know, where maybe somebody lacked and went wrong, I'll do that. But I mean, they can make up today or tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be left in the middle of it, right? And that's not where I want our friend group to be, right? I think we are both successful ladies. Shout out to Kay and, you know, Jesus and Whiskey, and shout out to my bestie for working on her new album and all the amazing things. These are both amazing women. Do things go too far? Absolutely. But I want to give them the room and the space to make up, right? And I don't want to interject in that. So shout out to them. I love them both. And let's just see, you know.
So in my mind, I feel like what Kelly is telling the big Tigger lady and her wig girl is that K. Michelle got in her face, very aggressive, but Shamia was not actually scared. So Shamia might be gassing the fight in it, right? And that part was cringe at the reunion when she decided to get up and practice on Kelly. It was like, you did not need to do that. And I really would have liked for you to go over to K. Michelle and do it if you was going to want practice on somebody. And that's what we be talking about when we say, like, I don't even want you to make me keep having to defend this girl. But it's like, I'm not even really trying to defend Shamia as much as I just see what the fuck Portia and Kay and all of these people are doing, okay? I'm sorry. And I do like the fact, I like how Kelly carried herself. And I also like how this entire season, y'all have been eating Kelly ass up. And y'all don't like Kelly. And I kept telling y'all that I liked Kelly. And I still like Kelly because Kelly moved like a real fucking person. Okay? That's why. I like Kelly.
One thing that I want the fans to know about me is I'm going to always speak my truth, right? I'm never going to hold back. And
also, when she said, who's Gary? Yes, that was acting like you didn't know him. So it was a lie. But to act as if it was a lie the way Angela tells a lie, don't piss me off. Being like, who's that? Y'all wasn't mad when Portia was asking, who said that? Who said that? Bitch, you said that. You said that. It was you.
And I always say what's on my mind. You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I am who I am, right? And at the end of the day, reunion is also about accountability, and it's about resolution.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can only resolute with things, you know, when you...
See what I'm saying? Y'all always have to like kind of skew it slightly y'all way. I want to respond to this. Or she could be saying Kay called Shamia out for lying. So what about what I said would be in disagreement with this, though? Because obviously the conversation is how K. Michelle framed it, that you're a liar, you're a liar. That's why they got into it. The conversation is about, did you try to fight her? K. Michelle acted like, I ain't try to fight that lady, right? But you did jump in her face aggressively. I'm saying Shamia wasn't really feeling like y'all was about to fight for real, but to jump in somebody's face is to kind of open the door for somebody to knock you on your fucking ass. And honestly, I wish Shamia would have either been a buck about it, and that's why we have an issue with Shamia, because Shamia doesn't stand in shit. She gets scared and starts shaking in her space boots and shit. But that's when I be, like, why is it framed like I'm not saying that? Like, that's included in what I'm saying. Or, like, because when you say or, it's as if you're disagreeing or giving an alternate opinion, and that's not alternate from what I think is happening. I do think that K. Michelle is sitting there calling Shamia a liar. I don't feel like Kelly can say if it's a lie, because Kelly wasn't there for the conversation. At least I don't think she was. Kelly might have been in a club, but I'm not sure if... No. I don't even think Kelly was in a club. They was talking about when they were at that dinner, because I was confused in that moment too. I don't think Kelly was in a club with them. I think Kelly was at the table when this fight happened. But the over the phone conversation and a club conversation between Shamia and Kay is the conversation that would dictate whether it was a lie for Shamia to say that K. Michelle asked if she could come with her to go be with Candy. And K. Michelle is now saying that that's a lie. Shamia, I never said I wanted to go with you to go and spend time with Candy. And I honestly feel like, okay, that's such a small, insignificant part of this for you to make that the reason why now Shamia is a liar and you can't trust her and da-da-da-da-da. It feels like an exaggeration for the sake of a larger purpose. And I'm still standing.
Put it on the floor.
How does it feel that the entire cast seems like they're kind of against?
But do you see how it could seem like you are?
All of the newbies except for Angela. It
It's
seems
cool,
like they kind of
no
bring her in
disrespect.
sometimes.
Who? What did
But
you say?
if
The
I have
other
an
cast,
answer,
like
I'm going to answer.
The originals, the older members. Do they not? No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, the entire cast? The ones on the other couch that you referenced?
Oh, the other couch.
Yeah, the other couch.
What about? I'm sorry. Why didn't Shamia go to the higher ups about Kay getting in her face? Kelly knows Kay didn't do all of what Shamia said she did. I'm confused because Kelly. I mean, I smacked the table. I jumped up and I was like this. Girl, I guess. I don't know why it's being framed like this is a thing to do, to go to the higher ups. People don't go to the higher ups just because they get into it with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
The other couch?
How does it feel? That
you are reading into my comments. Oh, I'm reading into them. So okay. All right, cool.
The entire cast is against all the newbies but Angela.
I don't know. I was in my chair.
Okay. So who are you friends with from the Real Housewives? Who from the cast do you still gel with? You said Shamia and K. Michelle, and is that it?
No, I love Cynthia.
Okay.
I love Phaedra. I love...
It is like a hazing ritual.
Pinky, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't... Listen, the thing with me is I don't have any beef with anybody. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to hold you accountable for the things that you say or you do.
Yeah.
I wish everybody well, right? I hope that everybody's selling their products, doing their things, taking care of their business, moving forward. One thing that I want the fans to know about me is I'm going to always speak my truth.
Okay. Exactly. The higher ups. Because Phaedra is a snake and would do some shit like that. Y'all think that everybody should be moving like that? That's interesting. I think that's all I have on this shit show of a situation that I'm tired of talking about. All right. Let's move on. Let's see. While we talking about the Big Tigger lady, there was some updates on Big Tigger's wife that I wanted to mention. So yeah, you all, Big Tigger's estranged wife, Alicia Brown, sues Fulton County Sheriff, alleges wrongful arrest on Georgia interstate. Okay, y'all remember when they arrested her about the child, trying to act like she didn't know what a child was, and the child, all of that shit that I feel like was being used against her because she accused Tigger of domestic violence. So he used the situation about her kid, but everybody knew where the kid was, but he used that in order to make her look like the bad guy in the media. It makes me feel even worse about Big Tigger and how nefarious that is for you to know where that child was the whole time too. And then when you got good and ready, you used that against her. Yeah. Yeah. You niggas ain't shit. And all of you women that's like, I love Tigger. Like, yeah, we love all that aiding and abetting that y'all do. And these niggas using the criminal justice system against women who they abusing. Anyway, Alicia Brown, estranged wife of Atlanta radio host Big Tigger, has filed a federal lawsuit against Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt, arguing she was wrongfully arrested based on a warrant that should have never been enforced. Brown says in the August 14 filing that she was taken into custody on July 6 over a Fulton County warrant alleging child custody interference, despite a judge awarding her custody of her children less than 2 weeks before her arrest. According to the suit, that warrant was eventually recalled and no charges were pursued. The arrest took place near exit 177 in Hart County after deputies were alerted to Brown's vehicle and with assistance from the Georgia State Patrol conducted a traffic stop. So it sounds like we didn't know, but that lady was already in court and had custody of her children. This is very interesting. The two children riding with her were unharmed. Authorities at the time cited both the Fulton County warrant and a separate Baltimore County, Maryland warrant connected to the unresolved 2019 disappearance of Brown's daughter, who was 10 at the time. She went missing. She was 10 at the time that she went missing. The daughter was confirmed not to be among the children in a car during the stop. Brown's suit centers on whether her custody order should have blocked the Fulton County warrant from being issued or acted on in the first place, especially if that first child wasn't really involved in that case. So I would have questions about that. She claims the arrest caused emotional harm, reputational damage, financial loss, and time apart from her children, and she's seeking a jury trial along with unspecified damages. To be honest, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. That's exactly what y'all did. The complaint goes further, questioning whether Sheriff Labatt or his office may have coordinated with her estranged husband, Mr. Tigger, and whether he was given favorable treatment following his own June arrest on aggravated battery and child cruelty charges tied to a domestic violence incident, a case that is still pending, with Big Tigger denying any wrongdoing. So, I don't know what happened, but what I'm going to say is I think that man was physically abusive to that lady because she ended up getting hurt, all that fighting and shit, and you cheating. So to me, based on what we know, you use what happened with her daughter in order to make her look like the bad guy, which I always thought was ridiculous, because if you knew where her daughter was the entire time, you're also a part of it. How are you going to use that to make her look bad in the public? Act like y'all don't know what a kid is, when I feel like everybody knows what a kid is. And he used it to gain public favor in the situation. And he also did it to punish her for telling everybody what he was doing, because that tarnished his squeaky clean image that he thinks he has. Yeah, they said that the town that they live in, that he is, he know them people. And listen, I'm not saying that this lady may not be fucked up, because I still feel like she's probably a neglectful parent, and we still have not heard from what happened to that child. But I feel like the child is alive, and the people who need to know that the child is okay know, and that's all that matters to me. I don't think the public needs to know, because y'all are weird, okay? And he knew all of that. He still married her, and then you waited until she said he abused her and came up here with proof. That's the funny part. She gave y'all the proof that he did something to her first, and y'all still say she was a liar, because she might have kidnapped her daughter and didn't give her daughter over to the daddy. Yeah, the biological father also knew where the kid was. He was just trying to get clout. Exactly. No, that nigga knew too. He knew, because when I listened to what he said he knew the daughter was safe, which let me know you was trying to get clout off the situation, but you didn't want to push it. You didn't want to push it that far, because people asked, why haven't you had her arrested yet? If you think she got the child and you know you supposed to have the child and you know where the child is, why y'all ain't went knock on the door and say, I have custody, give me the child, if you know where they at and you've talked to Tigger? Y'all just always won't believe a man, even when y'all have evidence that they ain't shit. Why you ain't just give him his phone back? Because you could have just gave him his phone back. Like, oh, okay, girl. That's the most important part, right? Is that you give the nigga the phone back. All right, y'all. Let's move on. Girl, listen. Commercial break. Don't forget, y'all, Reset by Design Wellness is going to Fiji next year. This is a group trip for men and women that's happening in February 2027. If you want to come with us, the link is down below in the description box. Okay? Yes, y'all, Fiji in February, which is a group trip, men and women of, every sort and all in the in-between, child. The non-binaries and everybody else. Y'all are welcome to the Fiji trip in February. So if y'all want to come, go ahead and sign up. And if you want to come with us on a women's only retreat, a Black women only retreat, we are going to Bali again. We're going to Bali. Okay. So go ahead, check down below in my description box. Go to Reset by Design Wellness and sign up if you're trying to come on a little quick 7-day vacay with us. Okay. Because we have a good time, girl. We know how to do it right. Now, y'all, I had to bring this to y'all because, first of all, we need to change the energy a little bit before I move into the last couple of topics. Because I've been up here long enough. I ain't even expect. I was talking about shit I wasn't supposed to be talking about. So now I got to hurry up so I can get off of here. Which I don't know why I got to hurry up, bitch. I mean, I ain't got nowhere to go. But we got to talk about this because y'all know. Especially today. Listen. When my life feels so cloudy and guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Oh, yes. Listen, I used to sing it at church all the time. Don't play with me. What's the one gospel song that can make you tear up? And y'all, I lost a follower because I posted how we fall down. It's one of those songs for me. And that episode of Girlfriends, and I posted a video of me crying. Like, because every time I watch it, it makes me cry, right? And they was mad at me for crying on the internet. It was very upsetting to them. And so I had to block them. But I just remember being like, oh my God, what's wrong with y'all? Like, I'm a human being. I can cry. Girl, what is wrong with you? Like, and they was trying to make it seem like what you trying to be emotionally manipulative? How? What am I asking for something? What's happening? I don't know. Don't be feeling sorry, bitch. I have feelings. There are times when y'all can feel sorry for me. I'm a human being. Fucked up things happen. Like, what the fuck is we going through, girl? Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Yes, Never Would Have Made It is on this list. So the list is Yolanda Adams, Open My Heart. Bishop, what is that? Bishop, He's Favor. I probably know the song, but whatever. Maverick City Music, Jare. Kirk Franklin, A Storm Is Over. James Future, I Believe. Marvin Sapp, Best in Me. Shakina Glory, Yes. William Murphy, Praise is What I Do. Listen, Tasha Cobb, For Your Glory. Donald Lawrence, Leandria J, For Deliver Me. Marvin Sapp, Never Would Have Made It. I never. Yeah, it's so many of them for me. Oh, girl, what's that one that used to always Total Praise? Oh my God. Is it Total Praise? Yeah. Total praise is what I want to offer you. True Praise. Is it True Praise or Total Praise? Girl, I want to offer you true praise. Not for the crown that you've given as I try to run this race. I want to behold your face. I want to thank you for your saving grace. But most of all, I want to give you praise for the rest of my eternal life. I want to give you hallelujahs, thank you, Jesuses, and all your glory. Listen. Genuine praise is what I want to offer you. Listen. I think that's true praise. Girl, I be mixing them up sometimes. I used to be in the choir up until like a few years ago, girl. Stop playing with me. Okay? But yeah, open my heart. Girl. Alone in a room. It's just me and you. I feel so lost, 'cause I don't know what to do. Now what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my life feels so cloudy, and guide me until I'm sure. Girl, I open up my heart. Oh, yes. My hopes and dreams are fading fast. I'm all burned out, and I don't think my strength's gonna last. So I'm crying out to you. Oh, I know that you're the only one who is able to pull me through. So I know I need to talk to you. Girl, listen. Don't. Girl, what? Okay. It will still always take me through there. And this the last one, and I'm not singing it because I can't remember the words, but it always gets me. Yesterday by Mary Mary. Girl, that yesterday? Girl. We're not going to get into it, okay? But I'm just going to say, it is the people's voices. It is the people's voices, y'all. That's what you feel. I don't care what nobody talking about. Yeah, see, I don't know that one. That sounds too much like that Krishan song that make my nerves bad. I'm not about to do it with Kirk.
God is a healer.
I can't do this with you, sir. That man is gay. I'm sorry. Girl, I'm not doing Thank y'all though. Thank y'all for fucking with me. I never would have made it. Never. I got chills. I hate it. I hate it so much. But that we needed to go into a space of upliftment before we went back down into hell. Okay. Let me see where I'm gonna go. Let's run right quick to Love and Hip Hop just for a sec. Cause it's not on anymore. But does that change the fact that the people is crazy? Girl, no. Apparently, Eliza Reign. Hold up, I might have passed it up. Eliza Reign and girl Rennie Rucci. Bitch, they better be taping. They better be taping for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, bitch. I don't care. Eliza Reign and Remy Rucci involved in physical altercation after Eliza bragged about fucking Rennie Rucci's baby daddy first. Bam said, what show is this? Blueface Creeping Chronicles taking too long to drop new content. I need something to watch in the meantime. Ooh, girl, y'all really be watching this shit, huh? Eliza, we already know about your baby daddy. Why try it? Girl.
No skips tea. No skips tea.
It sounds like she talking about the nigga that's in jail right now. The one that you holding down while he in jail on a possible life capital murder charge, I think. Like he gonna admit it.
No skips tea.
It's the calling a nigga that's in jail to argue over who he fucking. That's not the life I wanted for myself. Girl, I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. That has got to be one of the dumbest fucking things that the dumbest shit, girl. Let me call my man on his prison phone to ask him if y'all was fucking before he went to jail. When niggas be like, bitch, I got bigger fish to fry. I understand why they say that. Cause y'all really be out here like, girl, he was cheating on you before he went to jail. Why is we caring about this? The way I'd have been looking at Eliza Reign like, girl, who haven't you fucked? Who cares? The nigga might be in jail for life. Think I give a fuck? Like, you really should, like, why are we arguing about this? Who the fuck cares?
No skips tea.
And this the nigga they doing all this for in the picture, huh? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
No skips tea. No skips tea. No skips tea.
Girl, let me see if I can find something else on this. Okay. Listen. What is this from? What are they on?
Y'all, I'm so sick of the men in the States. It's like,
Oh, God. Because, like, the other men are great. So she ain't posted nothing. Let's see. Where's Rennie? Rennie. Okay. We didn't see anything on her page. Let's look at the repost. What we reposting? Okay. I don't see nothing in the repost. Like, no. Okay. Now we don't know. We don't know what's going on. All we know is that the hoes are fighting. The hoes are fighting. Girl, so Eliza basically saying that your nigga was gonna cheat on you or her.
Stand right there. Give me that.
I don't know what we arguing about. Yeah, girl, I'm just saying, like, it's very low vibrational. Yeah, Rennie loves her a jailbird nigga. Like, it is very much odd and weird, the women who are obsessed with being with men in prison. But more than that, like, in real life, y'all be letting predators into y'all households. And y'all work on my nerves. Y'all are some of the worst. Y'all are some of the worst. I love a jailbird ass bitches. I can't stand some of you hoes, okay? And the reason why is because a lot of times y'all ignore that these niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And instead of just letting this nigga, lick your pearl tongue and keep his dick and get the fuck out after you come, no, that's not what you do, bitch. You want to move him into your house so that you can have a sign that some nigga chose you. Meanwhile, nigga ain't worth shit in order to even be excited that he chose you. The nigga chose a hole in the ground. A nigga chose a hole in the wall. The nigga chose not to wash his ass. The nigga chose to feel like reading books and being smart was lame, so the nigga could barely have a conversation with you. He know how to sell drugs, though. The nigga know how to count. You know how to wear flashy jewelry that make a bitch neck itch. Yeah, y'all be having fucked up priorities, and then y'all have babies with weird niggas, and I don't like it.
Give me a pass.
So let's move on. Speaking of having babies with weird niggas, Carlisa says she's glad she wasn't in a delivery room for Nevaeh's birth upon learning a DNA test was done on the baby. She had 3 other men in the same month. Once again, somebody that has done all of the whole shit, somebody that has put men before their children to the point of their children are dead in the eyes, okay? Their child is a huge negative pit, okay? You birthed a fucking demon, bitch. Like, in real life, the type of personality, how Blueface affects the people around him and the women and the children, he's a demon, bitch. You gave us a demon, bitch. And you feel like you have like some high ground that you can stand on when you judge these young women, and it comes off as if you're jealous. That's why that man said that you're not his type and he wouldn't want to fuck you, because the jealousy and envy that you display against the women that he chooses to fuck around with is like the energy of a woman that is jealous because the nigga is not choosing her. It is covert incest.
Because I'm about to get heated all the way up. I don't ever want to be in a delivery room. And I've told this to Rila also.
Who asked you to be there?
And you sit me through this whole fucking delivery. And then you have me going through all these emotions. And not that I wouldn't pray for a stranger's baby, but you have me in here doing my grandmotherly duties, looking for the purpose and looking for the passion of the child in its eyes. It's something that us grandmothers do as soon as we lock in. And you sit there and have me go through all of this, and then y'all in this room talking about, okay, we just need to make sure the baby is ours. We need a DNA test because she had 3 other men in the same month, and we just want to make sure. So I personally am glad that I wasn't in the room for that, because it would break my heart to go through all of those emotions, build up all that anger towards somebody, and then they come in here and say, well, it's not your baby.
What do you mean build up all of this anger? So who are you building up anger against? Also, this is a bird. And that's why whenever, like, okay, I'm not breaking out my board for this shit. Fuck this shit. Not breaking out my board. I'm sorry. When y'all feel like DNA matters so much, this is a part of the problem for me and why I'm against it. Is because you use it as a reason to not have to take care of children that deserve caregivers because they're children in a community that we live in. I understand that we don't live in a perfect world, right? And people don't want to be responsible for other people's kids and all of this type of shit. That's why I don't have any kids. Okay? That was a choice. So I understand where everybody is coming from. But I also feel like this is the lacking of humanity to me. You're already in this situation. She don't deserve my board, I know. Like, you're already in this situation with your son being in a relationship with this girl and her being pregnant, and you're telling us that it would be too much for you to be there to support. Nobody asked you to be there, but you letting us know that you wouldn't have wanted to be there to support her, because what if it would have came out that the child wasn't his, even though the child is his and we know that it is? So fuck the little baby, right? Fuck the fact that it's another woman having a baby. And as a woman who had babies, if that actually mattered to you, and that's how you know people don't actually care about being mothers and what it means. They just like to use it as a tool to make themselves seem as if they're better than somebody else. Because if you actually valued what it is for a woman to almost die when giving birth to children, because whenever a woman opens up her legs to have a child, she is literally in the place in between life and death, this world and the other, as she is squeezing this child out of her fucking body, okay? With the possibility of hemorrhaging, of splitting her ass down the middle. All kind of shit could happen to a woman in childbirth. That if you actually value women and value that act of giving birth, and this is a woman that is in your family dynamic, you would want to be of help simply as an elder woman that cares about when women are bringing children into the world. But you don't really care about that. And when y'all only care about things when it has a DNA connection to you to this extent, I honestly feel like you don't even care about the children that you're genetically connected to. You're just trying to find reasons to not have to care about something. And one of those reasons to not have to care about children is that, oh, they're not mine, so I don't have to care about them. That's how I feel like this comes off. And that's why I feel, I say all the time, just because you're aging doesn't mean that you are maturing. Just because you have fallopian tubes and ovaries and all of that does not mean I believe you fit the criteria of what a woman should be. That's why it's a made up thing, bitch. Because in my mind, what I made up in my mind is women, full grown women, should be better than this. So she don't fit my depiction of womanhood. Now she can fit her own depiction of it. I'm sure she does, but she don't fit mine. It's subjective. Yeah, you got a coochie, but that could just make you a bitch. That don't mean you a woman. That just mean you a bitch. And that's why we don't like the word female. That's why. Because when I want to, be nasty and dehumanize you, right? When honestly, I feel like with Clarissa, I don't have to dehumanize her child. That she's already dehumanized. Okay. Now, before I get off of here, I want to have a conversation real quick. I'm about to go, y'all. This is my last topic, okay? This is my last topic. Because I feel like y'all be trying to make me stay. Okay, let's listen. And I'm going to talk about this from the framework of my mindset. And, girl, yeah, let's get into it.
I don't like if you have an ex or somebody I know that likes you and y'all follow each other on Instagram and y'all are liking each other's stuff or commenting on each other's stuff. That's a big no-no for me.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is weird.
A lot of people.
Okay, now we're bringing out the board. Because I have to talk to these young women about this control thing that y'all are obsessed with. Y'all are really like obsessive about controlling what these niggas do. Y'all are really obsessive about it. And I think it's because you think that if you have certain rules, then you can keep men from doing certain things. And I just kind of feel like, no, you have to let these niggas do what they want to do because they're going to do what they want to do anyway. And you need to know what they're going to do so that you can protect yourself. So stop trying to get in the way of who they are so that you can see them clearly. So as a young woman, you want to own this person, right? This is the way y'all view relationships is through ownership. And I feel like this is not a good thing. But a lot of people feel like it's a good thing. So I'm about to say something that a lot of people may not agree with, but this is just what it is. I'm sorry.
People think that's petty, or insecure, but for me,
it
absolutely
is
not.
Yeah.
So I was on him, I see you commenting under this girl's picture. You're not supposed to be doing this. So we we was already like at a rough place, right? So then he had an auntie that passed away. Okay. This is gonna make me sound so bad. I don't even want to say
I want to
it.
hear it.
Been liking this girl's photos and commenting.
His ex.
Yes, his ex.
Okay.
It was more than one girl too. It was his ex, and then it was
yeah,
a girl
no.
that I knew liked him, but he was on that like, she don't like me, she don't like me.
Mhm.
You know,
And
when
he
you
knows
know.
you.
You
Yeah.
know, right.
Mhm.
So we were at a rough spot.
Got you.
Okay, his auntie passed away. I did not reach out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to guess.
I know, because I'm feeling like I was trying to get your Really?
Yeah. You supposed to be like, hey,
Yeah.
come on.
Dang.
I know we're at a bad place right now, but I hope you're okay.
But break up with me. Just tell me I'm wrong.
But
break
you're,
up with
okay,
me.
but in a rough path, but you were still together.
Yeah, but
because to break up
It
with
sounded like
somebody,
it sounded like y'all was already finna break up.
we
and
were.
then
Right.
That just So like, I don't know. I don't like if you have an ex or somebody I know that likes you and y'all follow each other on Instagram and y'all are liking each other's stuff or commenting on each other's stuff. That's a big no-no for
That
me.
is.
Mhm.
Okay,
that is weird.
A lot of people think that's petty, like, or insecure, but for me, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I was on him, like, I see you commenting.
Okay. So here we go. You know, we got to back it up. We got to back it up. We got to move it over. I'm going to back it up a little more. All right. So this is what I have to say about that. And I'm going to make my argument. So the reason why she's like, I don't agree. Y'all often think that your opinion of something means that just because you don't believe it, it's not true. But this is what you showed him. This is why he broke up with you. She didn't want him to break up with her, but you don't even really like him. So you are insecure because you think that liking pictures means cheating. Okay? You're trying to control him and keep him from cheating. So the way in order to satiate your insecurity is for him to not do what people do on social media. That, first of all, is ridiculous. The fact that you even requested that is insane. So you're already doing too much. You're being hyper controlling. And then he didn't even do anything wrong. But just because you don't like that he likes pictures and he was on social media and he liked pictures, you decided to be vengeful. And how you were vengeful was by punishing him. How did you punish him? When his aunt died, you didn't call him and you didn't show any care for him whatsoever. And the reason why you did that is because you don't really care about him. You don't. You only care that you can control him. And if you can't control him, then he has to be punished. That's why we say this authoritarianism is not good. It's not good to have authoritarianism in your religion, right? And it's not good to have authoritarianism in your family dynamic, in your relationships, or in in business. Like, it's just not good to have this authoritarian shit that be going on. And the authoritarian part is you own the person. Y'all don't like to say that it's ownership, but it equals control, meaning that your core thing is to control his behavior, not allow him to be who he is and then decide whether or not you want to be with somebody that has his behavior. No, you wanted to control him. So controlling him, sorry, I'm trying to get this right. Controlling him is showcasing that you're insecure because you don't trust him. You don't trust that he could like pictures and not cheat. So you shouldn't even be in a relationship with somebody that you have to control to that degree, but you're too immature to understand that, right? And also because your society is grooming you to be in relationships that you aren't ready for, because they want you to have children that will eventually be able to be forced into the prison industrial complex, the businesses that don't pay people, the corporations, or hospitals, whichever one, or the military, whichever one. It's all to get you at the bottom, girl. And the bottom usually be like military, jail, and working for slave labor. That's where they want you to be at, girl. And when y'all enter into relationships with the core thing of controlling and ownership, what you do is fuck the shit up before it even starts. What you showed the young man is that you are insecure, you're vengeful. And when you get upset with him for small things, you can be lacking in empathy for him. his aunt died. And what was most important to you is that you punish him because he liked comments or liked pictures on social media. So for him, what that determined is you're a bad partner. And you are. You are a bad partner. That shows that you don't really care about the person because your feelings of insecurity mattered more than being there for him under, you know, very fucked up circumstances like losing a family member. Yeah, a lot of y'all, yeah, Diva. A lot of people think this. You think you're supposed to like own the person that you're in a relationship with, and then you feel like, oh no, it's just a type of relationship that I like. Yeah. With everybody else with an anxious attachment style. Okay, everybody with an anxious attachment style wants to be in a relationship where the security they feel comes from the illusion that they can control the other person. It's an illusion because you can't really control other people, because it doesn't matter how much he doesn't like social media posts. It doesn't mean he's not going to cheat on you. So that's stupid, right? For you to even have that as a thing. That's just so you can control him. That's not so, you know, what it proves to you is that he's willing to give something up for you, right? So he has to make some type of sacrifice to you in order for you to not punish him. Sacrifice so that you don't get punished. Don't that sound interesting and like religion in a lot of ways? Yeah, girl, you're a bad partner. You're a bad partner. Okay? And that's the reason why he broke up with you. That's the reason why he broke up with you. And he should have broken up with you, because what you would have done is you would have, you know, with the same type of like desperation to control and be in a relationship as somebody that's grabbing onto a person when they drowning. That is how I kind of visualize it in my mind. You know what I mean? And it's not that different from the Shamia situation, to where you people please, and people pleasing is an extension of trying to control people's responses to you so that you can emotionally regulate. And what you need to learn how to do is emotionally regulate yourself without controlling other people. Emotionally regulate yourself without trying to control other people. I don't know how old she is, girl. I don't even know who this is. I know some of these people. Like I know Layla. I know Cleopatra. And I know Yee. Anyway, and then girl, let's do this married at first sight shit, and then I'm getting out of here. But yeah, I wanted to like have a conversation, because I have a conversation with women all the time about this type of shit. And you know, you're going to do whatever you want to do. I don't give a fuck. But ultimately, like, this is how most of y'all handle y'all relationships with this, you know, controlling thing, and then framing it like it's like a purity thing, like framing it as if, oh, you know, because I'm not a hoe and I don't want no man that's a hoe and all of that. Yeah, no, it's not about that. It's about you being able to control somebody so that you can emotionally regulate yourself, instead of figuring out how to emotionally regulate yourself no matter what other people do, because they're outside of you. Okay? And your world should be internal to some degree. Okay? But yeah, this is the last one, and then I'm getting off here. Don't tell me sure you are. I am getting off of here, goddammit.
Is Belle
But I wanted to talk about Married at First Sight.
your dream girl?
No.
So what are you doing here then?
Is Michelle your dream girl?
Yes.
Y'all know what we watching right now, right? She's 28. Yeah, that's young. So y'all, this is Married at First Sight. And I just wanted to play this clip and talk about it with y'all, because I'm not fully reviewing the show, but I know y'all like to hear my opinion on it.
Bro, what do you mean?
Wait, so everything you imagine, hope for, and more.
Absolutely. I'm extremely attracted to her, and she's cool, and she has a great family, and she
Somebody said 35 with 2 kids. Girl, who?
likes
What
what
is
I
your
like.
dream girl?
Why isn't she your dream girl? You said because of how she thinks about things?
There's that part. We had a little bit of discussion about that.
And?
Physically.
So, okay, just describe your dream girl physically to me.
Physically?
Go. Are you into white girls? Are you into like white girls, blondes? Like, I need to know.
No racial preference. No racial preference.
Okay, so then what's your type?
Come on, man. Don't.
I just want to
preface it. Just
understand.
say
It's
it.
not like a.
This is a little bit thicker. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, thicker. See, I wouldn't have known that. And you don't think she could like get to that physique?
Not here. Not here.
Uh-oh. Okay, gotcha. They can just get fake boobs, or you're not into that?
She might be against that, though.
Have you talked to her about that?
No.
A lot of girls are getting it. It's like a
I'm
thing.
not gonna lie, I would be too scared to. But look, you know what I've been doing? I've been like spending time the other day, like just staring at her, just looking at her, and just finding the attraction. And it's worked. Like there's a lot of little things about her that I find it very, her dimples.
Okay, but if she had bigger boobs, it would be your girl, you're saying.
Yeah, this is wild.
Like that's your dream girl?
You're like
saying this forever.
I wouldn't put it all on that.
I know.
This is the.
I'm just trying to understand.
Really asking the hard-hitting questions here, Adam.
Is Belle your dream girl?
So, for me, this is what it implies, right? Adam had it right at the very beginning, but because Mecca is not stupid and he knows he's on reality TV, right? He knows that black people are watching this. He doesn't want to make the mistake of saying the wrong thing. And saying the wrong thing would be saying that I prefer white girls. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like watching Married at First Sight and other shows that have a mixed crowd, because often they cast black men that don't like black women, and it makes you feel like most of the black men out there don't like black women. So, and we know that that's not true because most black men are with black women. But if for some reason, when it comes to these TV shows, they can never find a black man that likes black women. They do sometimes, but y'all know this is like a thing that happens all the time, right? So we're talking about dream girl. What would be your dream girl? Instantly, Adam says, white girls? He says no, but then says big boobs. To me, big boobs equals white girls. Big titties equals white girls to me. I saw that white girl that he was dating. She was a basketball player. She looked like she had a very thin frame. I couldn't tell how big her titties were, but I felt like this is a non sequitur. Like this is a red herring. What his dream girl is doesn't even really matter because he doesn't know what his dream girl is. Anytime he's telling y'all that Belle is not attractive or she's not that she's not attractive, but she's not his dream girl, it's really to make her feel less than. Him saying he needed to find an attraction to her is to make her feel less than, right? He needs, so basically, this is how I envision it, right? They're on a scale, okay? Over here you have Mecca, over here you have B, okay? Scale. B is higher than Mecca when it comes to life. When it comes to how she takes care of herself, she's smart. Her mom loves her. You think your partners don't notice things like that, but they do. I believe that Mecca is envious of Bella for a multitude of reasons, primarily probably for having a parent that actually showed her love, having a mother, right? But to me, he's trying to balance the scales between the two of them by making it seem as if she's not his dream girl and she's not attractive over something as small as some titties. Like this 2026, I haven't heard a man, especially not no black man, say, oh, I'm turning down a woman because she don't have huge tits. I feel like the point would be to eventually get her to want to change her body for him. And that would be another exercise in her self-abandoning herself, right? And the more she self-abandons, right? The more she self-abandons, the more she goes down and he goes up. Okay? So anytime he gets up here and acts like she's not as beautiful as she actually is, or she's not as attractive, right? That could be true, but that's not the point. The point, because if you felt that way, you didn't even have to really say it like that. You're a man. You mean to tell me you're not attracted to this beautiful woman? It's not about that. It's not about that. It's actually about Mecca making her lower herself so he can feel better about himself. That's why he keeps doing that. I also feel like he's doing it because that's what his dad taught him to do. Very antagonistic, and a person that is so insecure that they have to devalue their partner in order to feel like they're worthy of their partner. And that is what he's doing. And I don't even like the fact that he put that out there like that. And I know she broke up with him, so I'm not even going to stress or raise my shoulders, as you know, Erica would say about this, because I know All right. I know that she broke up with that nigga because he's ridiculous. But the sad part about it is like recognizing the reason why he's so fucked up. The reason why he's so fucked up is because of his dad. His dad, and this is why you have to be able to see abuse when it's happening, because I feel like sometimes people don't know how severely they're being abused. And when they don't know how bad they're being abused, they really start to think that the shit is normal and they do it to other people. And I think that's what's happening with him. Oh my God, it's terrible. Okay. Y'all making me pull this up. I see y'all in the comments. Fine. Okay, Kelly said, I typically don't engage, but some of y'all need to go touch some damn grass. Okay, some trees, weirdos. So somebody named Troubles DM'd Kelly and said, I hope you die, you lying short, me, crutch cunt. Stop fucking married men and pay what you owe, you fucking nuisance. They spelled it wrong. Stay out, Portia pussy. She look a million times better than you, you maladrous mutt, you homeless slut. I hope you die. Your ex do not even care if the children eat. Says a lit about you. You the standard, but can't pay your bills. Homeless and begging for a free lawyer while being rude. I hope your syphilis infected face rots off. You make up needing bitch. What? You make up needing bitch. You make up needing bitch. Okay. Die, bitch, die. Loose pussy is not the standard. Go suck out your mother, you hungry bitch. And she said, seek Jesus, 1-800-GET-HELP. Is that a real person? That's what y'all asked. I mean, they wrote a DM, so there's that. Let's read some of the comments. Kelly is behind that page. That's why she made sure she included Portia's name in the DM. Girl, bye. She is obsessed with Portia. Okay. Somebody said get the IP address. Somebody said, child, every celebrity gets hate mail. You ain't special. Looking for special attention. Probably wrote that to yourself, because what are we supposed to do with this information? At Bravo Andy, please stop allowing these broke fans onto this show. Their end goal is lawsuit and fame. Y'all people taking reality TV too far. Like, are y'all okay? You have to be a deranged person to DM reality star stuff like this. Stick to talking crap, discussing their character in the comment section. Guess what? They read the comments. They will block you from there. That's a weirdo / bot. Another thing I want y'all to realize is people send bots. Bots don't just formulate on their own. And I often find it interesting when people are like, oh, that's just a bot. It's a person behind a bot page. People have to employ the AI that creates the bot. Let's see. She managed to piss off a Jamaican. And why would you want to share it? Delete it and move on. People really don't like you. They see you for who you are. You would think that, Kelly has done the shit that Portia has done to people. Y'all are interesting, babe. Y'all are interesting. Let's see. I don't know. I let me look at that again, because I'm trying to see if I could find that page. But I mean, I really don't care to. I don't know why this would be a lie. But I don't know why. I think y'all would want this to be a lie because you just simply don't want to have, you don't want to have empathy for Kelly, because y'all really don't like her because of Portia. Yeah, somebody said, I believe she wrote that to herself. And it's like, why would she have to do that, y'all? Why would she have to do that? And I think that's to prove how far people are going behind the shit that's being said on this show. When everybody acts like it's not real and it's not a big deal to keep lying on people like this, but it actually kind of puts them in harm's way because people are crazy out there. And so, you know, go at people for real shit. Why are you going at people, you know, over shit that's not real? But I think it's interesting that people feel like she wrote this to herself and she's behind the page. To me, that just sounds like a reason for y'all to invalidate what she says. This is what makes people, yes, this is exactly what makes people not want to watch this show. And this is when I was talking about like this, the nastiness, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's very, very nasty. Very, very nasty. Like, for what? It's a restricted profile. That's probably because they always saying some shit and getting blocked and reported by people. To believe she wrote that herself when y'all say enough hateful things in the comments is crazy. That's how I feel. I'm like, she don't have to make this type of shit up. Y'all are in the comments crazy as fuck. What do you mean? That's why we had to come up with a name for y'all. Y'all defend Portia like y'all life depend on it. It's weird. Like, this is why I don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's Marsha. They worse than Love Island fans. No, people tell y'all all the time, Bravo fans are a lot. But yeah, like, to me, it's like, okay, so obviously to me, this is a crazy person and y'all are taking this shit too far. But this is not a surprise to me because everybody always takes this shit too far. What's alarming to me is people in the comments saying that she not special. So we're acting like it's okay for you to send people death threats and saying that people wish they died. So that's okay because that's a normal occurrence. Yeah, y'all are dehumanizing. Like, in all honesty, like most people, that's why I say what I said about how this is all showing out, because it's like, people, y'all just terrible people, a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all just showcase to me to be terrible fucking people. And it's you being able to be the nastiest version of yourself on the internet, knowing that it probably won't actually do anything to you in your real life. Right? You probably wouldn't even really act like this if you got in a room with the people you talking shit to and talking about. But behind fake pages and in mass groups of puddles and shit, yeah, y'all absolutely be losing y'all shit on these apps to defend people and then sitting up there talking about it's astounding how I make myself look. Interesting. The same crazy people did it to Mel, so it can happen. Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, I'm done. I hope everybody has a really good day. Let me read these super chats and then I'm gonna get out of here. Shout out to Get a Clue. Gary, age-friendly advisory counselor. Oh, talking about your dad. Yes, we're hoping that they hurry up and get this situation rectified. I feel bad for all of the people out there in Indiana. Hey, Crystal, thank you for the super chat, because most people can't detach from their own emotional responses. You are definitely being unbiased. Everyone gets the work. Listen, I don't understand what be going on. Okay, Dr. Chiro Life, thank you so much for the super chat. I just want to say, hey, Courtney, like you did. Wait, hold up. I just want to say, hey, Courtney, like you did Diva. Oh, hey, Courtney. Hey, girl. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I love y'all. Have a good rest of y'all day. Peace out.